Welcome into a special live edition of Analyzing Attitude. As you can see by our backdrop, we are reviewing 1998's King of the Ring. June 28th, 1998 takes us back to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And Mike, this is one for the ages. We're going to allow a few folks to join in here as we're a little late making an announcement. We're obviously a little late behind the clock here, getting live. We hope everybody can join us tonight. Where this pay-per-view can be streamed live on Netflix. We're obviously not going to be able to show any of the actual pay-per-view due to the copyrights of we don't want Paul Levesque coming to look for us personally in our homes. So we're going to allow some folks to jump on here. But Mike, this is there's so many great moments during this pay-per-view that we're going to relive. But the one thing I took away from the rewatch of this, as I rewatched earlier before as we're getting ready to watch it here, was there was a lot of stuff they just kind of threw in here that wasn't really announced either, that I was a little surprised to see.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about looking up the full card for sure, but I kind of wanted to go into it a little blind. I remember obviously the King of the Ring finals and quarterfinals and the main event along with the historic Hell in a Cell, but I'm looking to see what they throw in here.
Yeah, you're going to find it really quickly. The first match is unannounced, and it's it's a fun one, and we'll get to it in a minute. But for everybody that's just joining us, please go ahead and head over to Netflix. Get ready to watch the King of the Ring 1998 pay-per-view. We will we'll go ahead and wait for a few more folks to join here. I know a lot of people are highly anticipating this one as we were getting ready for the this pay-per-view specifically, because Mankind versus The Undertaker and Hell in a Cell, Kane versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in a bad blood match. There's just so much. This has honestly probably been the most fun that we've had reviewing this in the last month, leading up to this pay-per-view specifically. So if you've been watching Analyzing Attitude and we've been seeing more comments and likes and subscribes on YouTube and TikTok, and you've been anticipating King of the Ring 1998, I mean, there's a lot to be excited about this pay-per-view.
I can't agree more, man. I was just talking to my cousin a little bit ago today, and he said, I'm not really following the wrestling product today, but I'm glad you're covering like the older stuff. Like that stuff's really good. And I said, man, you got to check out tonight. We're covering Hell in a Cell with Taker and Foley, man. It doesn't get more attitude than this, man. Probably one of the most overplayed clips in the history of wrestling.
Well, go ahead and start your. Are you ready to go? Do you have it keyed
ready
up on Netflix? All right, let's go ahead and start off. I've got it keyed up here, and we're going to start off with the flashing lights of the WWF intro back in the day. Just recognizing the WWF as the worldwide leader in sports and entertainment, and the flash to attitude gives us to the lead up to Stone Cold versus Kane in the WWF Championship match. We saw the moment at the end of Raw last week where Kane dumped the blood on Stone Cold Steve Austin after leaving a month of destruction leading up to this. Remember, he beat The Undertaker in a number one contenders match to win this number one contendership, and we get the story of Stone Cold Steve Austin, whose history in this company leading up to this, I mean, really, like, yes, the Ringmaster stuff, and he had a great run as Stone Cold Steve Austin for a little while leading up to the Bret Hart match at WrestleMania. But, I mean, you don't have this Stone Cold Steve Austin character without a little bit of blood in it in the first place.
No, I mean, especially like we just mentioned the Bret Hart match, like that defined of like this character that he is now. So blood is a big part of Steve Austin. And we kind of talked about it a little bit with Conrad Thompson, man. There's just something that looks really cool with the bald and the blood.
No blood, no juice tonight for this guy, though. We're not doing that.
No, not at all.
But we've got this really cool 4-way. I was gonna say love triangle, but obviously it's 4 sides, not 3 sides. With the reason that Mankind and the Undertaker in the semi-main in the main event, in the semi-main event in the Hell in a Cell, is because Mick Foley couldn't beat Steve Austin. Which is why Kane is involved in the championship match, because The Undertaker couldn't beat Kane. But The Undertaker wants the WWF Championship, so there's just this continuous use of the star power at the top of this card. And that was really, really well done by WWE at the time, to use everybody that they thought was a main eventer in a main event style without actually having them go on last.
Oh, yeah. It is the best way to do it, and you got to, like, I don't know. It felt like for the longest time, like the semi-main was the match to watch.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't know. It's like the supporting character always seems to outshine the actual main character. I don't know. It's it was a thing for quite a while, if I remember.
But it's just because we're so spoiled at this time with Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer being
Yes.
on this card. I mean, you got some eventual Hall of Famers that are on the undercard in this match too, and we'll talk about them in a little bit. But if you're just joining us, we just saw a massive jump in numbers. We are right at the trying to get the marker here. We are right at the 250 mark, zooming on the Hell in a Cell at the top. If you're watching on Netflix, go ahead and leave a comment too. We'd love to know your thoughts on this event. Obviously, a lot of people are going to want to jump ahead to the Mankind Undertaker Hell in a Cell match, but we are watching this live. So if you're anticipating that, we got a little ways to go. This event goes 2 hours and 33 minutes. It feels a lot longer than that, Mike, for all the right reasons. So
yes. And with that being said, we got some time. Jimmy, do you have a favorite Hell in a Cell match in history?
For me, it's still the first one. I mean, the first one was just so good and so memorable for so many reasons. There's a lot of memorable moments in this one that we're about to see tonight, as we see Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler with the gas cans on the announce desk. Got to remember, if Kane does not win the WWF Championship tonight, he's threatened to light himself on fire on pay-per-view. And here, as we get to one of the first matches of the night that isn't announced, it's the very first one, is the Headbangers and Taka Michinoku are going to take on Kai and Tai in an unannounced match here. They have so much star power on the. Listen, it's the light heavyweight champion. I mean, he deserves to be on this card. Headbangers get a huge pop here. And as you see, the light heavyweight champion is an honorable headbanger tonight, as he's wearing some headbanger gear. But listen, there's some great athletes in this match, and this actually ends up being a really, really good match tonight. So we're gonna get into this, but as the match goes on, but like Taka is still really over with this crowd. Like people, like the Michinoku driver is really over.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, it doesn't really matter what kind of match it's in. If he's in it, it's gonna be exciting. Like it's too bad they really didn't capitalize on what they had, but they had bigger stars at the time to get over, but I don't know. I was just laughing to myself though as he was making the entrances. Like, I forgot about the damn light heavyweight title again.
Yeah, it's not being featured, man. It's really not. And I love how Yamaguchi-san comes out here with a New York Mets hat on too. It's very random, but obviously the Pittsburgh Pirates are rivals of the Mets. But I mean, okay. We've like the other spoil that we have right now, which is really surprising because what happens the next 2 months is like the tag team division still really good too. We have the Headbangers. Yes. We're gonna see, despite the number one contenders being for the tag team championships being in the semi-main event, and the main event as individual participants, we're gonna see the tag team championships defended tonight. A little confusing there, but they always say if you're not gonna go on last, you want to go on first, and this crowd, for all the right reasons, gets hot at the end of the night. These guys in the six-man tag kind of let it up here in a minute. We'll get into that. And again, if you're just joining us again, more and more people streaming in with us. We appreciate you joining on. We're watching King of the Ring 1998. We're right at the 5-minute, 37-second mark of the opening bout between the Headbangers and Kai and Tai, as Taka Michinoku is a honorary headbanger tonight. And like we've kind of talked about this, Mike, there's been a lot of these tag teams that were kind of, I don't want to say throwaways, but almost, afterthoughts in this era. The Headbangers, the DOA, guys like that have gotten some really good reactions. The Headbangers are getting really big pops here right now.
Yeah, it seems really at this time you couldn't really do wrong if you were in a team. Obviously, you have the DOAs of it all, but like
they're still getting good reactions.
Yeah, and those ones are also getting weeded out. I was even just thinking, especially with how big of a fan I've become again of Al Snow. I remember his tag team with Blackman, Head Cheese. Like,
yeah, we're still about 2 years away from that, by the way. But Al Snow will be in action tonight. Speaking of tag teams, he's going to take on the eventually named Too Cool, but they're still Too Much at this time period is their name. And I'm excited to break down that match here too. But there's a ton of high-flying action we're about to see in this one as Thrasher tags in Mosh to set up some great tandem action here. Is a little bit of a botch there, but there's a lot of this time period where I've just been – there's a lot of stuff that I remember fondly that hasn't aged very well outside of like the DX stuff. Like I've been a little – like we're going to see Owen Hart in action tonight in another unannounced match, by the way, but there's a lot of discussion about, what were the reasons for some of Owen's shortcomings, obviously before his untimely death, but I've been a little underwhelmed by his stuff too, and I've been very surprised by that.
Man, I know we've poked fun at the kick your leg out from your leg before, but
Yeah,
he
sure.
is not a good promo. Like,
Yeah, and especially in this era, like it's one thing to be a good hand and mechanic and survive and survive in a shark infested water when you can
mhm,
go in the ring. But like The Rock hasn't even hit his stride on the mic yet. And you want to talk
mm-mm.
about great pops, he gets a pretty big one tonight too, by the way. Um,
Yes,
but
and we're coming up on 98 SummerSlam at the Garden, which I do remember pretty fondly, and the ladder match that he and Helmsley have, and
yeah,
and more to come with that. There's so much good stuff going on right now. You just who was it you just mentioned before The Rock? Um,
Owen Hart.
Owen Hart.
Yeah,
I forgot about his team with Jeff Jarrett coming up here.
yeah, right around the corner.
Because I like you just said, it just hasn't been hitting with me with his stuff. But I know they had a good friendship and a good on screen relationship, so I'm excited to see that, and hopefully it's as good as I remember.
Speaking of which, some great on screen chemistry right now between Funaki and Taka Michinoku as Taka hits his top rope suicide plancha. Looked like $1,000,000 as Dick to Go gets his tag in here.
Go.
uh, like the two of the guys that I've been a group and a guy that I've been just blown away with that I don't remember being as good as they are. Like obviously Ron Simmons is great.
Mhm.
Rewatching him just in this period, this 1 year run that we've been on, I've been amazed with just how good he is in the ring as a seller, as a psychologist. I mean, he obviously is one of the strongest men we've ever seen compete, but like
Mhm.
his ability to bump and feed a comeback for some guys has been fantastic. And I've been really blown away by Kai and Tai too. Like I don't
Yes,
remember them being this good, and they're fantastic as you're seeing
they're
here.
just
Like just innovative offense from start to finish.
they're just zinging all over the freaking ring like and like it feels like they don't have bones because just the way
They're
they land
buried
and
the
they
light
just
heavyweight division's buried. They don't have bones because there's no stakes here. I mean, think about this. Like these guys, and there's a couple of what a big boot. A couple of these matches, like if we're living in a world where we don't know what happens with Foley and Taker, like these six guys have the ability to steal the show. Owen Hart versus
yes.
X Pac have the ability to steal the show. You've got Ken Shamrock versus for the final four, and we'll throw it up now because we haven't really announced it yet. But here's what you have for the final four tonight: Ken Shamrock versus Jeff Jarrett, and The Rock versus Dan Severn. So all of that has the ability to be really, really, really good.
Yes, and like I said, I didn't look to head because I don't remember who's in the final match with the winner. I know who wins King of the Ring, but
Yeah.
um, I'm wondering who it's gonna be because man, the Severn just seems like the obvious choice, but Rock is so I don't know.
Yeah, let's throw it back up really quick because obviously Shamrock versus Double J. I mean, we'll go ahead and spoil that one just a little bit because Ken Shamrock's got the rocket strapped to him a little bit, and Jeff Jarrett's just been kind of a throwaway in a feud with Mark Marrow that hasn't really amounted to much.
Right.
And then obviously, if you're already penciling him in as the way just based on the way things are going, you've got the rematch with The Rock. That's a possibility from the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. You've got the rematch with Dan Severn from two legit shoot fights in the Octagon that drew big numbers on pay per view as well. So there's a ton of storylines heading there as Taka is making his comeback here, trying to make the hot tag in the opening match. But there are so many possibilities of what could happen out of this pay per view heading into Fully Loaded, which is the next one.
Yes. Like we have the four we just talked about earlier in the main event scene that are kind of intertwined
Yeah.
together. You got the King of the Ring of it all, which I'm really glad they are doing something nowadays that you get something with the winning of King of the Ring, like you get a championship match at SummerSlam. I dig that. It just I feel like that's why it probably went away because it's like who cares? They're just getting a trophy or a crown or whatever.
Well, that's interesting you point that out here because this is the one and only King of the Ring where the winner doesn't get anything. There's no
Oh, not
scepter, there's no chair, there's no robe as Taka Michinoku signals for the Michinoku driver. Gets a huge pop here, and he hits it. And Taka and the Headbangers are going to pick up the win, and they win exactly nothing, but they get the win anyway. So get the crowd fired up to start this pay-per-view out. And for those of us just joining us, we are rewatching King of the Ring 1998. It is available on Netflix. We're right at the 12:36 mark. If you want to join along and watch with us as the Headbangers and Taka Michinoku get the win and celebrate and get a huge reaction from the crowd. I mean, this Pittsburgh crowd is ready for Hell in a Cell. They're ready for Kane and Stone Cold Steve Austin. They don't really leave their or get off their or stay on their seats very often. They're on their feet a ton during this night.
Man, and this is when I've even started feeling a different vibe with the crowd. Like they know like the product is getting hot.
Yeah. Listen, and I hate to chalk it up to one guy because there's a lot of people pulling this wagon right now. People just want to see Austin, man.
I know.
They're like there's a lot of guys that are putting butts in the seats at this point. People are here to see one guy, and that's where all the excitement's coming from. As you'd see behind Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler right now, there's 4 Austin 316 shirts.
Yes, man, that's the reason I ended up switching over to WWF because I was, as I said before, I started watching WCW, but everyone was talking about this guy, Steve Austin, because I would say how much I like Goldberg, and they're like, no, you really got to check out this guy. Goldberg's a ripoff of this guy, and man, they're completely different characters, but no, Steve Austin just had it.
Yeah, and speaking of having it, here comes Sable, and she's back. She was removed from WWF because of a loss to her legit husband Mark Marrow in ring action. She's been brought back by Vince McMahon. Her job has been, since she's been back, is to introduce the chairman of the board, as she's about to do so here. The thing that I don't understand that happens a couple times on this event is we get promos during King of the Ring 1998, one from Vince McMahon and one from Paul Bearer. Who are they trying to sell to? The pay-per-view is already going on. Like, I don't understand why we need to do that. I mean, listen, this crowd is incredibly hot and incensed right now. And maybe you want to bring them back down a little bit to just get them through the rest of the night with a voice. But that opening match really lit a fire, and now you're kind of slowing it down a little bit here with the Vince McMahon promo.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it ego just to get on the pay-per-view? I don't know.
I think it's fair. I think it's fair to say that the Austin McMahon of it all has been kind of driving the wagon up until this point. So maybe you just want to continue to stoke that fire a little bit, which I get. Like, the Vince promo makes a little bit of sense here to me. I don't understand the Paul Bearer promo at all.
No. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was in Percy's contract that he gets X amount of segments a week, or
And Vince McMahon is coming out here with his esteemed colleagues Gerald Briscoe and Pat Patterson, and we're about to get.
I just realized I'm calling him Percy Pringle.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. We're good. We're about to get one of the most cringe moments of this era. By the way, is Pat Patterson's going to take the mic from Sable here and tell her to get out. And of these 3 gentlemen, he's the one to pat her on the butt. Can't imagine why he was the choice for that. And then she just smacks the living tar out of him, she laid it in pretty thick. It's a great reaction. Like, it's incredible to me, the reaction that during, and it's going to get even better, right? But the reactions that Gerald Briscoe and Pat Patterson get in this era, for like 20 years since they were even remotely in the ring, just for being associated with Vince McMahon, is amazing.
Oh, I know. Like, they're just good beat up dummies, man.
100%.
I hate to say it about legends, but that's what their role is here, and they're people are loving to see it. But man, and they just sell so good. Did it feel like everyone just had a slap gimmick back then too? Like,
it got more and more of a thing once Stephanie shows up, and I mean, anytime you get a valet into it, you don't want valets out there throwing punches, because then you got to have guys sell for valets throwing punches. So it kind of makes sense to me.
Oh yeah.
Vince McMahon is letting folks know that he's here to tell you that if you came to see Stone Cold Steve Austin retain the WWF Championship tonight, you're going to be very disappointed. Because if you came to see Kane light himself on fire, you're going to be very disappointed. But all these people have been disappointing their parents their entire lives, so they should be used to being disappointments. But the Steve Austin chants are almost drowning out the microphone sound. I mean, people are incensed. I mean, there's signs, there's
Right.
T-shirts. People are here to see the rattlesnake, and like, obviously, you want this crowd to be hyped. You know, what gets even more hyped? Telling them they're not going to get what they want.
Oh, I know. They're just gonna make it turn it into a frenzy, as they say.
Yeah,
Oh,
and listen, they're not afraid to do that in Pittsburgh.
No, I'm starting to think I need to get a Austin 316 T-shirt.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't wear mine tonight. Foreshadowing. That's why.
I also I also want a JOB T-shirt.
Yeah, the Job Squad T-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to be history, so yeah. Again, this one goes a little bit lengthy, and thanks to everybody that's watching along. We appreciate you joining us. We're right at the 1808 mark of King of the Ring 1998. I'm going to try to repeat that as often as I can as the numbers continue to go up. If you're watching along and you don't want to listen to Vince McMahon talk, head over to Analyzing Toot on Twitter and like and subscribe on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube as well. We appreciate it as those numbers continue to go up for us as well. The channel's just too shy of 150, so you could be number 150 tonight. We are still going to give away a free PlayStation 5 at 1,000 followers, so if you haven't been watching along, you want to go rewatch any of the Attitude Era, please feel free to do so on our channel tonight. And then come back and rewatch this with us. We are going to review the Big Four pay-per-views live like this. We had a huge turnout for WrestleMania and a ton of comments in the comment section. So please, if you're watching along, feel free to join the chat as well. We'd love to hear from you. Your comments. I just pointed. You're not going to be able to see where I pointed to. Your comments will show up right below where Mike Sweeney is right now. So if you're watching along and want to leave a comment, tell us who you think's who you in 1988 you were rooting for to win the main event between Kane and the Texas Rattlesnake as Stone Cold Steve Austin. Still along a path of following WrestleMania 14 and being able to beat Shawn Michaels and capture his first WWF championship. And that's been the interesting thing about this. I mean, we are just a handful of months removed from WrestleMania 14, and the Rattlesnakes really only had one opponent. I mean, yes, he's taken on Goldust on Raw, and there's been a couple of other one-offs, but it's really been post WrestleMania 14, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Mick Foley, and Kane's really the first formidable foe other than Mick that we've seen.
Yeah, and I was kind of thinking that today when we were or I was watching Clash in Italy. It's like Gunther loses to Cody and Fatu loses to Reigns. It's like, man, sometimes you just gotta throw a spontaneous title change out there.
Yeah.
And that's why, this is only really Austin's second feud, and it doesn't even need to be a long prolonged thing, just something to spice things up. And the only gripe I really have going into Steve and Kane's feud is I really think they should have had Kane get a win over Undertaker.
He did. He beat him for the number one contendership.
Did he?
That's why he's the number one.
Was it on Raw?
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot. I was just thinking.
So yeah, that would have been 3 weeks ago.
Oh
so
my gosh!
It was the same night that they did the Vince firing Mick Foley thing in the ring,
right.
And Mick comes out and helps the Undertaker beat Kane.
Yeah,
as Gerald Briscoe.
To be fair,
as Gerald Briscoe's going to berate the crowd here for not being more appreciative of a living legend like Mr. McMahon. Man, this crowd is all over Vince here. It's crazy. I mean, we're still getting Vince to the ring and from the ring without music, and I mean, just what No Chance in Hell does for this character. He's already at the peak, and the hatred is real, and it just puts it over the top. The reactions he ends up getting,
and just that riff that becomes that sound effect of his. Oh shit! Here comes the boss. Yeah,
it's almost the sound effect of hatred, right?
Yes, yes.
And here we go. We're getting we're gonna get the quarterfinal matches or the semifinal matches back to back as Ken Shamrock is getting ready to take on Jeff Jarrett, as you see here, and then after that we'll see The Rock versus Dan Severn. But we will get Shamrock and Jarrett first, and we're right at the 22 minutes 16 seconds mark in Pittsburgh as Tennessee Lee is leading Jeff Jarrett to the ring, and I have been the one like I'm not going to say surprised, astonished by the amount of money they've dumped into Jeff Jarrett in 1998. Whether it be throwing the NWA factions with him, whether it be the pyro that you're seeing displayed here, the investment of Tennessee Lee as his mouthpiece.
He had a
They've
horse.
given him twice. He came out on a white horse twice. And I don't know if Vince owed Jerry Jarrett some money at this point or what the deal is, but they see something in him at this point as a future star.
And I can see it too. It just they just don't have the gimmick for it. And the thing that what I remember is like the "Don't Piss Me Off" gimmick that he's on the horizon to become. It was good, but then he got too much into that woman beating gimmick, which is just too much, and you're not gonna get that over.
Well, and that's kind of like what my thought is here too, because you say they don't have the gimmick for him, but it kind of feels like this is the gimmick he wants to run with. You know, like they tried doing something else. Like you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like they didn't try to do something else different for him, and you know what I mean? Like it just this is what he defaulted back to as a country music star, and I just in 1998 that wasn't going to work.
No, it's like we're MTV and Jerry Springer all over the board. I'm predicting that this match is better than Rock and Severn, though.
Listen, you got two guys that can absolutely go in the ring, so I can understand why you would say that. I mean, that's the one thing I'll say about Jarrett is like for as bad as his gimmick is, man, he can go. Like I've been talking about being surprised by guys. I've been really surprised by his in-ring ability. Like it almost feels like this to me from an in-ring standpoint. This rendition was a lot better than the "Don't Piss Me Off" character because I just the way he bumps for Shamrock here as we see Ken Shamrock throw a big back elbow here. You know, the one thing that's like surprising about the Headbangers, Taka Michinoku unannounced matches and random stuff they throw into this pay-per-view, they rush a lot of entrances here. Like Ken Shamrock took less than 30 seconds to get to the ring.
Yeah, I mean, people like Shamrock. I think it works because it's just the intensity. He wants to get down the ring and kill the guy. But crunching time, it feels. I don't know. I feel like people are. It gets a lot to get to get on the pay-per-view card. So like they want to get as much time as possible. So I mean, let them soak in their entrance. But at the same time, you do got a lot of things to sandwich in there. So cut what you can. So. At least you're getting an entrance.
we just mentioned it a minute ago. They've paired the former Godwins now at this time called Southern Justice with Jeff Jarrett, and they don't come out here, which is really kind of surprising because this is now the second stable they've put with this guy. The first one didn't go well, even though they're kind of going to be back here tonight. Anyway, something had to have happened. Like with Henry Godwin, in my opinion, because we know Dennis Knight, aka Phineas, aka Midian, sticks around.
Yes,
Henry Godwin does the Brawl for All stuff, which is coming very soon here in the next couple of weeks. And then he's gone. So I have to wonder if there wasn't like a contract dispute or if it just wasn't working out for him, brother, or something. Because I mean, one weird thing here to note as we're watching along is Ken Shamrock starts to get like an irritation in his eye. I don't know if it's from like something that was on the mat or maybe on Jeff Jarrett's clothes. Could have been maybe the sparklers that fell on him after his pyro or something. But as you see, he only has like one eye open for the majority of this match, and then he's just fine afterwards. So he's not selling anything. Like something's clearly irritating his eye in real time. So
it'll be that's a Forrest Whitaker eye going on.
A little bit.
That's what they say when you mix your caffeine pills with your melatonin.
He's definitely got a little bit of that going on right now. Man, Jarrett's so good at selling.
I forgot that it was months ago because actually it's got to be close to almost a year now. But after we reviewed Shamrock and Michaels at the Generation X pay-per-view, I went back and I checked out Sean and Jarrett from In Your House from I believe 2 years prior.
Sure.
That thing was a work of fucking beauty too. It's like, man, Jeff is. I feel like people know he's good, but it just doesn't get talked about like how good of an in-ring worker he was.
Well, and we kind of talked about as Tennessee Lee gets involved in the matchup, but we kind of talked about it with Owen, right? Like the problem with guys like Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart and Ron Simmons to some degree, and a few other guys that we're going to talk about tonight, is you had so many guys that were the total package. Yes. Where you have The Rock that can talk and go, you have Austin that can talk and go, you have Foley that can talk and go, you have the Undertaker who eventually is able to talk and go. Like if you didn't have Hunter, we didn't mention. You have so many guys in this era. It's Shawn Michaels is going to come back here shortly, not from an in-ring standpoint, but if you didn't have all three combinations of being able to talk, being able to go, and have the gimmick to go along with it, you just weren't getting anywhere past halfway up the card. Mid-card, because there were so many guys that just could fill in everything that you couldn't.
Absolutely. It was a dog eat dog world back then. Like they talked about all the time. It wasn't like they like hated each other like for the most part or anything. It was just everyone wanted to be the top, and you had to have everything.
Well, here's a key point in the match is for the second pay-per-view in a row, Tim White gets his hands on a wrestler. We saw, or not. Well, I guess last time he got his hands on Jim Cornette, but got physically involved as he has to pull Jeff Jarrett off by his hair here to get him off of Ken Shamrock. But we see Tennessee Lee start working Ken Shamrock's knee on the outside, and this is a big focal point of this match until it's not. So I wanted to harp on that, but like I don't know why we're getting Tim White involved physically. It's a little strange.
Yeah, I don't know. Like. It feels like they're trying to do the Earl Hebner thing before the Earl Hebner thing became a thing.
Sure. Yeah.
But I'm not sure. But it looks odd for Tim White.
Yeah. Another thing is we've completely worked over Ken Shamrock's knee. He sold it for about 45 seconds. Now he hits a leg lariat and a spinning heel kick, and he's perfectly fine, by the way.
Walking just fine.
Yep. Yeah, just great sell job there, Kenny. Adam Rogers just gave us a like, so I'm going to give a free shout-out to the new pod order that's over the other podcast that's on our channel. They are rewatching WCW, and they're just a few weeks into the post-Hulk Hogan heel turn, so, like, good WCW as Jeff Jarrett just gets spiked on his head by Hurricane Rana, and Ken Shamrock's going to lock in the ankle lock here, and that's going to get a tap. So Ken Shamrock is going to move on to the finals of the King of the Ring as Tennessee Lee comes in and eats a belly to belly too. And that's the other thing is some of this stuff has gone a lot longer or a lot shorter than I remember. Like I don't remember Tennessee Lee being a thing for this long.
No, that's why when he started coming out with them, it's like, not in this time frame. I don't remember that. It must be like a 2-week thing, and it's been a few month thing.
We're almost 3 months into it, so
it's pretty crazy. Like I don't know. And do you think that was? I don't know. Should have Jeff sold it for just a few seconds longer before tapping out there?
No, I think it makes it seem more dangerous. I get your sentiment. The other thing we're doing with Ken Shamrock, I don't understand why we always have to interview him after every match. I don't know if like they're trying to sharpen his mic skills. Every match he does, we get an interview with. So it's just very, very strange.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were trying to treat it like the UFC for like post-match interviews. I guess I didn't think
about that sentiment.
I mean, it could be wrong, but I mean, he definitely could use the lessons on sharpness or quick witness on the microphone. But
well, he tells us that he didn't come this far to come this far, and he's going to get the winner of Dan Severn and The Rock, who we will see next. And we're about to hear the Nation's music here, specifically Rock's version of the Nation, and
we're getting cheers.
Man, you can feel if you put your ear to the screen close enough, you can hear the rocket starting to be lit because they understand fully what they have in The Rock right now.
It's like they went to they just hate him, and now they're loving to hate him. Now they're just starting a smattering of just loving this guy.
Yeah, and a lot of that, like we hear in revisionist history and documentaries and things that have come out that, it was die Rocky die and people couldn't stand him. Then he joined the Nation and then he just took off right away.
Yeah,
that hasn't really been the case. Like I think we've seen the evolve of the Rock evolve into this. I think we're finally starting to see the first polished version of what he is, which is probably a lot of the reason we see him have the next 6 months we see him have.
It feels like he's finally like got all the confidence. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't feel like he doubts himself anymore. And he's ready to keep going. Like, I don't know. He just seems like he doesn't get nervous. He's confident. He's smooth.
Mike, I hate to cut you off, but I got to point this out because I did the math. For the 11th week in a row, the Nation has come out and been kicked out of ringside. Sergeant Slaughter, who was in attendance, we're going to see him a little bit later in the show. This is the first time we haven't seen him do this. So I don't know if he didn't get his cue or what happened here. But we just had officials come out and kick the Nation out. You can take with this information what you want if you don't want to be spoiled. For the last 4 weeks, we've seen people get kicked out of ringside and then just come back down without any repercussions. Do with that information what you'd like.
We can't have anybody at the start of this match around ringside. Slaughter's about to come down and kick Severn's T-shirt out.
So I want to point this out. We found out on Grilling JR, obviously much after this event, that Dan Severn was doing a radio interview and specifically called out possible steroid use in the WWF at this time. This is also the infamous match where Vince McMahon tells him to take his shirt off at ringside, and then before he goes down to ringside, and then somebody at ringside tells him he needs to put it back on as he leaves. So, for anybody that's wondering how the outcome of this match goes, take that information because, obviously there was the lure of Dan Severn versus Ken Shamrock in a finals and doing that as a rematch or whatever. But again, a guy that's legit, that's got, all the tough man stories in the world, just doesn't have the personality to go along with it or the big man WWF body style at this time.
Yeah, I would say, or he kind of has the I don't give a fuck attitude. Like,
sure.
That's just how I'm going to be. This is how I'm going to present myself. And it just doesn't seem like Vince already doesn't like him.
Yeah. And it's not like The Rock has Hobbs and Shaw's body style here yet, right? I mean, he's still. I mean, they have very similar physiques here. So I mean, Severn's got a little bit more around the stomach area, but I mean, it's not like
he's got more miles on him.
Yeah, but it's not like The Rock is, in the shape we've seen him, post his WWF career.
Sure, Hobbs and Shaw, yeah. I would be remiss if I.
Somebody said something about steroids earlier, right? I just want
to. I think so. The juice is loose.
He's not here tonight.
When he was walking down the aisle, though, it did seem like there was a little bit of that. What we see a lot of in Roman is just like that tribal chief swagger.
Yeah, it's called charisma, and he's got about all of it in the world just in his pinky here. But the one thing that Scott Hall always talked about was Kurt Hennig told him that Vince's camera guys are so slick, they're not going to miss anything. So if you get a chance to get the camera on you, make the most of it. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I've always watched in guys. And we've obviously been watching this rewatch for a little over a year now. We haven't seen it yet, but here in the next few minutes, you're going to see The Rock finally grasp that and use his in-ring time to show his personality too, that I think goes a long, long way, which is really impressive. Based on what you're seeing now, there's a ton of ground wrestling in this match, and he's not getting a ton of offense in, as we're about to see here in a minute, but he takes his time in a way that gets him over. He does the little stuff that gets him over. Like right there, just panning to the crowd that quickly, back to stomping on him.
Yes. I mean, you need to tell things in the match, like
as now he's fake wrestling while Dan Severn's down. I mean, this is he took his elbow pad off for the first time, by the way. Not doing the people's elbow, huge reaction. This has to be where he pulled that from.
Yes, it's and I'm sorry, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
I started getting to the point where I was getting so sick of seeing him everywhere, but I forgot how freaking hilarious he is. And did you see him at the Kevin Hart roast?
I did, yeah. Oh, as Dan Severn just totally missed a punch there, but Rock sold it anyway. Yeah. But I mean, like, he's one of the most famous people on the planet, but it's just crazy how he doesn't even look like the same person anymore.
No. Yeah.
Like, the guy that we're watching in the ring right now is somehow Dwayne Johnson. I don't know how that's the thing, but thank you to everybody that's watching and liking along on social media right now. We're rewatching King of the Ring 1998, and we're right at the 37-34 mark between Dan Severn and The Rock. The winner of this will go on to the King of the Ring final to face Ken Shamrock, who just knocked off Jeff Jarrett in the match before this. If you're just joining us for the first time, don't forget to like and subscribe to Analyzing Attitude on YouTube.
There's D'Lo Brown with the with the patented chest plate.
Yeah, and listen, this is and you're going to hear that this is a chest protector for the next probably 2.5 years on this channel. But keep in mind that Dan Severn tore D'Lo's pec in storyline, which is why he's now wearing this brace. He comes out and hits the frog splash after the guys that were kicked out of ringside just came back out without anybody stopping them. He gets the frog splash, and The Rock pulls off the win, and he's going to head to the finals of the King of the Ring tournament to take on Ken Shamrock for the 15th time in four months. Legitimately, by the way, as he's also still the Intercontinental Champion. So we've got Hunter Hearst Helmsley as the European Champion and The Rock as the Intercontinental Champion. We haven't seen either one of those belts defended in a very long time.
No, and I mean, we say that, and then we just talk about the light heavyweight title earlier.
Yeah.
Like, just doesn't seem like they defend anything other than the tag and world. At this point.
They put a giant spotlight on both of those championships. As Michael Cole's going to interview The Rock, and he says he's Ken Shamrock doesn't have to worry about climbing any mountains, which is a phrase he used in his interview. He said The Rock is going to make him hit rock bottom, which becomes a pay-per-view name, by the way, by the end of the year. But good.
I was gonna say I've noticed a trend of things that WWE does. Before this match, they showed what happened 3 weeks ago when he tore D'Lo's chest here, or supposedly
chest hair. His pec muscle.
Sorry, chest here. Sorry.
Yeah.
But it feels like that's the spoiler they're telling you. It's like we're showing you something that happened a month ago. They're gonna come at the end of this match and ruin it. So
did you see D'Lo's botch jump in the railing?
Yeah, I did not. Oh,
D'Lo's Little Brown took a ride on that railing. That did not look good. Yeah. I don't know if D'Lo Brown has kids, but if he can't, I just figured out why.
He just got a lowdown.
Yeah,
It was my God!
Low.
Look how weird that Scotty Too Hottie looks. Sorry.
Yeah. The blowout and the what's the hat without the top? The visor go a long way for young Scott Taylor.
Yes.
We're gonna get a look back here at Al Snow, who's going to take on too much here. And listen, this guy has been, since he's left as Leif Cassidy from WWF, has lit the internet in 1998 on fire as a guy. As we see a recap of why here, his mic skills have been fantastic. Mm-hmm. But the deal is Jerry Lawler has promised him a meeting with Vince McMahon because Al Snow was supposed to be protecting Jerry Lawler from the Undertaker, because that was going to work. But the deal is that Al Snow has to win this match tonight against Too Much, because obviously Brian Christopher is Jerry Lawler's son, and Scott Taylor, who's not Scotty Too Hottie quite yet. And if he wins, he gets his meeting with Vince McMahon and an eventual job with the Federation. But if he loses, he has to leave WWE forever, much like Sable, who we saw 3 minutes ago. But with that being said, I mean, we've seen Al Snow do some fantastic mic work and really some shoot promo styles where he's just talked about, the Avatar gimmick and how it didn't work and how Vince McMahon's supposed to be this creative genius, but he's never been able to come up for anything with this guy who's been great since he's returned, and bringing a gimmick that he created himself in ECW.
I feel like if he was around,
and people love oral sex jokes. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. Oh yeah, that. yeah. I'd say we're in the third match. We haven't heard DX dick joke. I'm shocked.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. If you're here for the DX dick jokes, they eventually show up because Triple H is on commentary for the King of the Ring finals tonight.
Yep. Well, no, that makes sense. But no, I do feel like if Al Snow was like in maybe any different era that didn't have this many megastars,
Sure.
he might have gotten to a higher level because his promo skills are on point. He's got the look. It's just
Storyteller, man. He's a great storyteller.
yeah.
As we've learned, I mean, he's obviously been training for a couple years now, a couple decades now, I should say, post his WWE career. What I really thought is really cool here is we get the seeds of what becomes too cool. Like we're still, too sexy Brian Christopher, and I think they call him Scott Too Hot Taylor in this match, if I remember right. But them like dancing down the aisle, and we see some dance moves throughout this match. Then just a reminder, this is a tag team match. It's Al Snow and Head versus Too Much. We've seen Too Much at the WrestleMania Royal Rumble match where they came out. They weren't in the tag team over the top Royal Rumble a couple weeks ago, which I thought was really weird.
Yeah.
But you see a lot of what ends up becoming too cool in this match.
Yes. Man, I can't wait till they get to the dance routine. I used to do the dance routine at weddings, like when I was a kid.
We might need to see that. We might need to see that on screen before the end of Analyzing Attitude. But I mean, that's another thing. Like we're so close to just so many debuts. I mean, Rikishi ends up debuting before the end of this year. Mabel returns on Raw. Just a random thing that happens. Just spoiler alert. I guess I should have led with that.
Oh yeah, because he's about to be possessed here in about 6 months or so, right?
Facts, yes. But we still haven't gotten to Kurt. We're in Pittsburgh tonight. Kurt Angle's actually in the crowd for this event. He's still almost 2 years away from debuting.
Nope.
I guess it's about a year. But there's so much stuff that we haven't gotten to yet. I mean, honestly, too much is still too much, not too cool yet.
We actually just talked about it off camera. Like we were just talking about how excited we were. It's like, man, the Attitude Era is really about to pop off here. Like,
yeah,
everything that we loved, and even
more importantly, the Attitude, like when it was going like this with Stone Cold raising the tide, and then like it just eventually just rockets the top.
Oh yeah, you couldn't miss a segment, and like I don't think it's been that way. I mean, 2023, 2024 was a close, probably second, but it hasn't been as hot as it's been in this period.
We're in Pittsburgh tonight for this event, and you see all of the mannequin heads in attendance that were clearly brought from Philadelphia to this event. I mean, that was a big deal at ECW. But you gotta imagine that's as some guy gives a random mannequin head to Al Snow here. But you've got to imagine that this event being in this town for him has got to be a huge deal.
I would say so.
Here's the first nuance of this match. Jerry Lawler is actually the special guest referee here, because of course he is. Like King is really good on commentary even at this point, but he's still doing it sparingly. So maybe like he feels like he needs to be doing stuff. He got involved in the light heavyweight stuff, and maybe he just wants to work with his kid, which I get, but I really felt like
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but I really feel like he diminished the light heavyweight stuff, and I just feel like this is just not necessary.
No, the only really like side. I mean, I've enjoyed the stuff he's done with Al Snow. It's been funny.
Sure.
But the only thing that I've really actually laughed at is when Paul Bearer was telling him about what he did to the Undertaker's wife, and then Taker just showed up behind him and just beat
the Undertaker's mom, not his wife.
Sorry, sorry, Michelle McCool. I know you're watching.
Yeah, Michelle, come on the podcast. We'd love to talk to you.
Yeah.
This is a must-win match for Al Snow. Otherwise, he's going to be gone here, and he's very upset that Head didn't let him know that Jerry Lawler was going to be the the referee here. And we just have more and more people piling into the stream. We appreciate everybody being here. Go ahead and leave a comment on your thoughts. We're rewatching the Royal Rumble the King of the Ring, from 1998. We're at the 45-minute, 38-second mark where we're about to see Al Snow take on Too Much, and he and Scott and Taylor get ready to start off here. And we talked about guys having it and the different factors that lead to being a superstar. Like Al Snow looks majorly bigger from when he was either the Avatar, Leaf Cassidy, or whatever. Like he looks like his physique is much better at this point in his career.
And it seems like he's never stopped working on it because he's more jacked now.
Yeah, fair.
And he's got to be in his 60s, right?
I think so. He's definitely along that line. But I mean, we all know that Scotty Too Hotty's not a heavyweight by any stretch of the imagination. But I mean, he dwarfs Scott Taylor here.
No, I know. Yeah, yeah. Scotty, I feel like the hair made him look a little bit bigger when he does eventually.
Yeah,
get,
he looks really small here. I'm kind of surprised by that.
And I don't remember Brian Christopher, aka Grandmaster Sexy,
aka Too Sexy Brian Christopher.
Too Sexy. That's right.
Aka Brian Lawler.
Brian. I don't remember him being as like buff as he is.
He's pretty jacked here too. I mean, you got to imagine that him and his dad worked out together a ton when they were younger. But
and granted, they really haven't shown him since like his feud with Taco, and that was early on in to us like reviewing this stuff.
Yeah, which I'm kind of glad for. I mean, like clearly, as we've mentioned, they haven't done much with the light heavyweight since then. But like, that's what I think made the Attitude Era so special. Was everybody had something to do? You know what I mean? Like, you could throw Taka Michinoku into a random 6-man tag with the Headbangers because they've all been doing something on TV because they've all had something at stake to some degree to do. I mean, the Headbangers were just in a tag team championship match. I mean, they're the guys that the New Age Outlaws, who are the current champions, beat for the title. So, I mean, it like gives everybody a little bit of significance to do here as Jerry Lawler's interfering in this match as the official. So, well, that was funny that Brian Christopher said that Al Snow pulled his hair. And Jerry Lawler just believed him when he was looking right at him, and he clearly didn't. But you know,
I like how he's still wearing the crown while he's reffing.
Well, he's the king. You gotta let people know.
Well, he's the king. Damn it.
Yeah. If you were the king, wouldn't you wear a crown?
Well, I guess that's fair. Actually, probably not. I got a weird shaped head. I probably couldn't fit it on my big dome.
Yeah, it would hurt my head because I don't have any hair to support it. As we see Al Snow go for I think he was going for a 360 Hurricane Rana there, but we'll never know because Scott Taylor pushed him off the top rope. But I guess he's looking for a sit-out powerbomb from the top rope here. Great looking move. That was fantastic. Goes for the cover, and Jerry Lawler is checking his AARP card and making sure both shoulders are down. There's a 1 count. Check shoulders again. There's a 2 count. And
you got to make sure the shoulders are down. You know,
I cannot believe Brian Christopher kicked out there. That is unbelievable.
That's just great officiating.
Yeah, listen, you can, the king of officiating counts a 2 count there and lets Al Snow appropriately know that he got his shoulders up. As Brian sent for hard bump to the outside, smash his face on the ground, and then sent Scott Taylor top. Oh, that could have been a broken ankle. Everybody watched along with us. We are at the 49-minute 22-second mark. If you're trying to catch up with us here, as Brian Christopher takes a big power slam on the concrete here. As Al Snow is walking back. Oh, he's going to take charge. Runs the whole length of the runway here and just annihilates Brian Christopher. Oh, and Scott Taylor goes for a Taka Michinoku style dive to the outside, but slipped off the top rope. Barely got there. Seeing the numbers go up on our likes on our social media right now too. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please head over to the YouTube channel at Analyzing Attitude on YouTube. Like and subscribe. It does the channel a ton of favors. We're also, as you see below, on TikTok as well. As we've seen multiple videos this week go over 1,000 views. So thank you very much to everybody that is doing that. It helps out the channel as well. Don't forget to follow us on there as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I know I wouldn't want to see this mug all the time, but I mean, we appreciate it.
Yeah, you're TikTok famous now, Mike. Congratulations. Go ahead and leave a comment about anything you're seeing or listening to. If you've got thoughts on anything we're talking about tonight, we are watching King of the Ring 1998 and watching Too Much take on Al Snow as I guess we get a double butt bump there. I don't know what you'd call that maneuver, but great tag team action here from Too Much. As Head has yet to be tagged into this match so far.
They're doing like a Jack and Rose thing here.
You know what I'd never noticed until this moment is how much Scott Taylor looks like Jamie Noble. It's very weird.
They could pass as relatives for sure.
Yeah.
I just pictured Jamie Noble now poofing his hair out.
Jamie, if you're watching, do it.
Man, what a hilarious gimmick that was he had for a while. Him and Nydia as
Nydia, yeah,
trailer
absolutely.
trash.
Trailer park trash, yeah, absolutely. I don't remember this match being this long. They're going. I don't know if this might have been like a legit tryout for Al Snow because man, they are testing his wind here. As Scott Taylor hits a pump handle slam on Al Snow.
There's the moon. I feel like these guys are trying to maximize their minutes.
I have a question here. How is that not a tag? I mean, Brian Christopher literally slapped him in the chest. Come on, Jarrett, get him in there.
They've counted punches as tags before, but hugs, like they're, I don't know. Oh, that looked like he landed right on his head.
On his head. Yeah. I mean, Al Snow would have nobody to blame there but himself. He wheeled himself over. As Al Snow trying to get the hot tag to head as the crowd is going ballistic trying to get the tag in the head.
Oh my gosh. There is like a special art though to comedic wrestling.
For sure. And Al Snow has absolutely mastered it throughout his career. But man, I do not remember this match being this long.
Yeah.
We're going almost into the 12-minute mark.
That's more than the King of the Ring, both semifinals combined.
Yeah, it's actually about right at both of them combined, actually. Al Snow reaching out, but Head hasn't extended her hand out to be tagged in yet.
Is it a her?
It is a her.
Okay.
there was a him Head given by one of the audience members as the tag is made as Head comes in and delivers a couple of head butts, laying too much out.
I'm surprised Jerry doesn't call it DQ.
She's the legal man.
Oh,
woman. Then we see a snowplow from Al Snow, and then he goes for the cover. That's right. King's not going to count because Head's the legal participant here. Good officiating. Good officiating.
Like, none of his gimmick has anything to do with snow, but his finishing move's called the snowplow.
The snowplow. Yeah, yeah. That's great. That's a great point. Scott Taylor just gets a massive right hand in there.
Oh.
And then Head hits Scott Taylor's head. Yeah.
Head to head.
Jerry Lawler is getting back in the ring with maybe the worst joke of the Attitude Era. As another snowplow is delivered here, is Brian Christopher is attaching a bottle of Head and Shoulders to the mannequin head. Both shoulders are down, and the pin, as Too Much gets the win over Head because she was the legal participant. You can't tell it's a Head and Shoulders bottle yet, by the way. Yeah, this was not played out very well. I wonder if Head and Shoulders got any kickback here.
The crowd is probably like, what in the fuck?
Look at him, stunned silence right now. Nobody has any idea what just happened. Keep in mind, Al Snow was covering Scott Taylor. I mean, it's funny. It's stupid. It's funny, but
I can appreciate
think about watching this live.
Yeah, I've been pissed because this is like stuff you had to pay for.
Yeah,
like especially live, but like pay-per-view, like they were like what, like $40 back then for these? Because Mania was like 50 or something.
I think they're $29.99 still at this point. As we zoom in on the Head and Shoulders bottle, and Al Snow's pissed at Head. Listen, you can't take the count there. I'm with him. I understand.
So that means Al Snow is done.
The other thing that is weird about this is like the graphics for this pay-per-view is a guillotine, which I never understood why that was the thing. But
for King of the why wouldn't it be like a throne?
We have a mannequin head here. Guillotine cut off. Here's another unpromoted match to some degree as X-Pac's going to take on Owen Hart here. This one, as you know, is just going to be fantastic in-ring action. Both these guys can go. They built to it a little bit because Owen cost X-Pac the King of the Ring quarterfinal matches. You'll see here in his return match and his re-debut match in WWF after coming back from WCW. But they just did not
meat and potatoes.
They just did not build to this match at all. Well, I forgot about this moment. X-Pac came out and busted him open with that chair last week.
That was an FU of a chair shot.
Yeah. Owen ate on the chops. There's X-Pac getting ready to come out here, and he'll be with China. I didn't realize how much I hated DX's Titantron thing.
Is this the first time we're hearing his solo DX
yes,
music?
By the way. Yep.
His Titantron's not as epileptic, like nightmare as the main.
That's because he hasn't walked out. That's because he hasn't walked out yet.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Trust me, it's getting there. Maybe. He's taking a little while to get out there. Sean? Did you hit the fanny pack a little too hard?
Yeah, did you? It does feel like we're just like watching like a YouTube video of his Titantron.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
almost a
there he
minute
is.
and a half. Yeah, jeez.
What do you think you are, Undertaker?
Many people get them confused. Similar gimmicks, similar height. Yeah, similar moveset.
I would say if you saw them from the back of their head at a movie theater, maybe.
Probably not.
Yeah, because one's still a foot taller.
Yeah, it might be more than that.
Yeah.
I love that even though we've added new members to DX, like we're still keeping the aura of China.
Yes.
She's out here with him, and like there's no, she's still got the stoic presence. She's still jacked to the gills, and is still a legit threat in the company.
Yes. I mean, it's smart, and it only goes higher. Well, not only, but I mean, it goes higher from here for quite some time for her.
Yeah, absolutely. As
Nothing.
you know, what's weird here is Owen. The reason Owen Hart is in the nation, like in storyline, is to have his back against DX. Like the reason he joined was because DX kept getting the one up on him, and he's here in a match with DX without the nation. We did have that sign on Raw that we didn't point out on the last episode where it said, "Oh, and you're not black. Why are you in the nation?" I guess questions people had in 1998.
Well, with the gimmick they were trying to go with at first, it's a fair question.
Yeah, but I mean, it's obviously morphed. I mean, we've seen the early essence of Kama transforming into the Godfather. We're seeing the change in D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry, who's going to have massive character development here over the next couple of months.
Yeah, he goes quite the opposite way that I think everyone was not expecting.
You hear him talk. I don't know why. I've been listening to a ton of Mark Henry's podcasts that he's done over the last couple of weeks. One he did with Austin, the one he did with Taker, and some of the stuff he's done on Busted Open, which is fantastic. Check it out if you get the chance to. Yeah. But he just talked about how important the next couple of months are. Like, you wouldn't look at the sexual chocolate gimmick and the Hall of Pain gimmick and say, well, those two things correlated together. But like this, the stuff you learn from just being on TV and being out there and working with guys like he's going to with Vader, like he has with Ken Shamrock, and guys that know the industry and can go, and just how much that pays off later. It's hard to unmiss it.
Yes. I mean, and it's a good thing. Like he's one that didn't take anything for granted, even at times when like some of these people were difficult to be around. Like I know
specifically a couple of guys we're talking about right now.
Yeah, exactly. He trudged through, and like, I don't know, he's became one of the better minds for the business,
and one of the better talent developers. I mean, Bianca Belair's in WWE because of Mark Henry. Montez Ford's in there. Apollo Crews is a WWE superstar because of Mark Henry. So I mean, his ability to go and get people and see their ability to outside of wrestling to be entertainers is second to none right now.
Yes. His son's trying to get in, right?
I think he does MMA.
Oh, gotcha.
I know he for sure was a wrestler. But I think he's training to do MMA. But I know both his son and his daughter were both really high profile wrestler, like amateur wrestlers.
Right.
As a great fisherman suplex here from Owen Hart.
Very bendy.
These two guys, like, I'm surprised they didn't get more out of them, because I mean we know that where Owen's career eventually leads to in the ring against Hunter and things like that the next couple of months again. But like these two in a ring together, it's been fantastic already without a build. Like, imagine if you'd have built up to this.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to wonder like where X-Pac would have gone if he didn't let a lot of his demons get in the way. I mean, you could say that about a lot of people, but
almost everybody in DX outside of Triple H.
Yes.
I mean, fill in, he married the boss's daughter here joke, but I mean, I don't think it's coincidental that the guy that was the sober dude in the group is the one that had the most success.
No, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, I think that's Yeah, I don't think that's happenstance.
Yeah, it seems like the job's difficult as it is. So adding demons to it, like,
Sure. Yeah, but I mean, those things go together. I mean, right? Like you're on the road, you're basically part of the traveling circus, and
Right.
you're in a different city every single night.
Right.
And for everybody that's joining us again, more and more people continue to join the Discord here. We appreciate it. We're rewatching King of the Ring 1998 on Netflix, and we're in the middle of the Owen Hart X-Pac match right now. We're right at 102.06. It's a fantastic bump here from X-Pac. I forgot about that bump. X-Pac gets thrown into the timekeeper's belt. That's the Shawn Michaels Bret Hart Iron Man match spot.
Yes.
So yeah, great looking bump there, right over the timekeeper spot.
We just need Owen to come flying in and super kick the timekeeper.
Yeah, there you go. X-Pac eats the Spanish announce table. That's not the last time we're going to see that come into play tonight. Spoiler alert. I have to wonder if that was a rib. We know what that's going to be used for in a little bit. He just threw X-Pac on that table. We know how much he likes screwing with people. I guarantee you there's a giant sign in the back that says "Don't touch the Spanish announce table." I guarantee you Owen did that on purpose.
Do you think, I don't know, I mean, I have no clue, but do you think like they told the boys like when like a big spot like that was planned?
You know, that's interesting because I mean we hear guys on podcasts talk all the time about having a sellout out the curtain when they know this was going to happen, that was going to happen. I don't remember ever hearing anybody talk about this backstage, like even from like witnessing it standpoint. So I have to imagine that probably not.
No, you really
nobody,
don't.
And maybe Terry Funk knew because we see him become involved later. But
I was just gonna say he's the only one that I've ever heard outside of Taker and Foley really talk about it.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody really gets asked about it a lot. I'd like to I'd love to hear Sean Waltman's thoughts on this night. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
He was clearly there. Triple H was clearly there. Rock was clearly there. But
these are all flies on the wall. Like
sure.
I don't know. Like that. I like Foley's. I heard Foley say what McMahon said to him, which was, "I appreciate what you did for me, and I don't want you to ever." Yeah.
But yeah, you got to imagine. I can't imagine, as we just called it, the traveling circus, and what this lifestyle is. That if you knew that was going to happen, everybody that could get an eye on it would probably have an eye on it. But you got to remember, it's a second to last event too, and a lot of these guys are trying to get to Raw the next day too.
Oh, no kidding. Man, I was just thinking, it's like, I don't want you to do anything like that again. But then Royal Rumble 99 is around the corner.
Yeah, but that was supposed to be agreed upon five chair shots.
Yeah,
it just ended up being a lot more than that.
I think I would have rather done the Hell in a Cell bumps than the chair shots.
Yeah, that's a good argument.
Definitely.
Thank you, everybody that's just joining us. Sorry, no, I didn't mean to cut you off, Mike. We're rewatching King of the Ring 1998 on Netflix. We're about halfway through. We're not yet quite to the Hell in the Cell match that we're referencing right now. So if you want to stick around and join us, give us your thoughts. We're seeing X-Pac take on Owen Hart right now, right at about the 1 hour mark, if I'm not mistaken. We're at 1 hour and 5 minutes and 7 seconds. As X-Pac hits a Bronco Buster there, we saw him try to do that a minute ago when Owen Hart was standing up. That made no sense to me, but kayfabe, brother.
I kind of cringe every time he does it because he told a story where he said he tore his taint.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
You think you'd learn your lesson the first time, but
oh my gosh. Like yeah, if I remotely landed wrong trying to do that, I don't think I would ever do that again.
Yeah, I think one was against Shane McMahon. I can't remember who the other one was against, but we're seeing a big superplex attempt here. Ooh, that did not look great. Speaking of X-Pac's taint, that could be the spot, one of the spots right there. Massive
hard way.
Miscommunication is Owen Hart is just spiked his face into X-Pac's head, and here comes Mark Henry to land on X-Pac.
See that look, he's already picking it up. Like I don't think he really even touched him, but he made it look really good.
Yeah, and here China and Mark Henry are about to get face to face here. And we're gonna see a lot of this over the next couple of months too. As,
sorry,
Vader comes down. Vader comes down and knocks Mark Henry down
and himself,
but then he just falls over. The China gets in the ring and delivers the DDT to Owen Hart, and the ref slides back in as the two big men getting big reactions from the outside here, just swinging away at each other. But
the crowd loves Vader, man.
This is the 9th time in 6 months that China is going to cost Owen Hart a match.
Well, she is the 9th wonder of the world.
Fair.
Maybe.
Owen Hart,
maybe she's
Owen
done.
Hart looks like I know he's selling a little bit, man. He looks like he might have a concussion here. The ref's checking on him because he just spiked the side of his head right into the back of X-Pac's skull.
All right. Oh, and when he fell off the top rope, it looks like he landed like right on his head and neck.
Vader and Mark Henry are still fighting in the aisle. They're not showing it on TV at all. So there's that. People in the crowd are so confused. Like, why is like? Isn't the whole point of Owen joining the nation to not let this happen? Like, isn't that the whole point of this?
I'm starting to wonder, like, did they make the hardcore title just so they could have random run-ins by anybody they wanted at any time?
I mean, they're doing it anyway. You might as well put something along with it, right?
That's why they're like, oh, the crowd looks confused. Let's make them aware.
That's going to be a big shiner for Owen Hart. So X-Pac has opened up the back of his head of the steel chair and then his eye socket with the top of his skull. We're about to get the probably the most pointless 15 minutes of this entire night, by the way. And like I get we got to lead up to the ramp up, but between now, which is the 1 hour 8-minute mark, and the 1 hour 26-minute mark, so what's that? 18 minutes. We're gonna get Paul Bearer in a promo talking about how Kane was alone for a long time and wanted to be the Undertaker growing up, blah 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 blah. I'm sorry, I just said that and our numbers started to drop, but we get Paul Bearer in a completely pointless interview, and then we get the New Age Outlaws taking on the New Midnight because we've got time to fill, I guess, guys. Because they're gonna have two idiots review this pay-per-view almost 18 years from now. We're gonna make them talk about it. That's why.
Oh, what a good rib by old Percy Pringle.
Yeah. It was funny. I wish I had the comment pulled up. There was somebody on TikTok that thought when our video that showed the Undertaker throwing Paul Bearer into the side of the cell, he thought it was AI because he thought it was the Undertaker
Chris Farley
beat up Chris Farley. I thought that was a great line.
I did see that.
You know what I didn't understand about this era of Paul Bearer?
What's that?
For almost a decade, we got pale skin, black hair, mortician Paul Bearer. Now he has red hair, doesn't have a pale face, and we never got an explanation why. Like, you know what I mean? He just looks like a totally different person. Doesn't talk like this anymore. Gets beat up in his own home, as we're seeing by the Undertaker. But we just never got an explanation why he's just like a totally different dude now.
And it's kind of funny that he made fun of Undertaker for having red hair.
Yeah.
Called him Wendy. I can see the Chris Farley comparison on it.
Yeah, I mean, especially like when he got bounced off that cell, because like he almost looked like he was in the van down the river skit.
Yes.
Van down by the river skit. And
Matt Foley, hell yeah. When you're living in a van down by the river.
It's a very Foley-centric pay-per-view, folks.
Foley-centric. Matt Foley versus Mick Foley. Sorry.
I get you got to get some kind of hate. Man, Paul Bear's voices. It's almost impossible to listen to. Thank you to everybody that's liking and subscribing as we're going along here. We are rewatching King of the Ring 1998. We're at the 1 hour, 10 minute, 55 second minute. If you want to watch Paul Bearer on mute, I recommend it. As we're gearing up for obviously eventually the Hell in the Cell match between the Undertaker and Mankind, and Paul Bearer is telling the story here that it's going to keep the semi-main and the main event kind of tied together as we'll see the Undertaker take on Mankind and Hell in a Cell. Then we will get the WWF Championship match between Kane and Stone Cold Steve Austin to round out the night.
First blood.
As we get to see the one and only Dude Love fan in the crowd, so that's a plus. We get listen. You got to keep the fire underneath Stone Cold Steve Austin. I get that, but like the stuff that Foley has done up until this point, before this, like we've been talking for almost a year now about the excitement about this night and what it ends up being in the history that's made tonight, and a visual that's portrayed in WWE, promotional material for decades to come.
Right.
The thing I've been blown away the most by, and I'm talking about with the Austin stuff and everything included, it's Foley's mic work, man. He's just been so good that it's almost criminal that he wasn't a champion before this.
Like that was. I was just gonna say it. I would like to think he still would have, but I wonder if this night didn't happen, if he would have still been champion.
Sure. Well, I think by this point, the Vince McMahon to Jim Ross comment about having your heart broken by a talent that isn't what you think he is has clearly gone by the wayside. I mean, he just made event of the last two pay-per-views with Steve Austin to help build him up,
and very good matches too. Like,
he's
not just a hardcore wrestler. He has in-ring psychology, and he's got promo. Like, it's hard to see like the promo stuff when you got Rock and Austin there, but he really is up there with them.
I hate to skip ahead, but you say that, and I have some notes during the Hell in the Cell match where, for obvious reasons, the discussion has always been about the cell bump and the choke slam through the cage, yada yada yada. Yeah. I implore everybody that's watching along with us to watch the time frame in between those moments, because it doesn't get talked about a ton, and it's really good for a guy that is concussed legitimately and has just been knocked out. The psychology in which that Mick Foley uses is incredible.
Yes.
As we are getting a ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls spiel from the Road Dogg, and Billy Gunn has 2 words for us.
Road Dogg with a haircut.
And a juke and jive, and everybody gets offered sexual pleasure, which leads us to, like, this match has no build. And I get that these guys, listen, I mean, the one thing that we've been talking about how much DX has underwhelmed us up until this point. The one thing I think has underwhelmed me the most is how big of a decrease we've seen in the Outlaws since the formation of DX. Like, they were really a focal point of the show up until they all joined together and formed the faction. And now they just kind of feel like another tag team.
It seems like they're trying to still be noticed, but they're baby faces, but you can tell they don't want to be baby faces. But
yeah, I mean, they got a pretty big reaction here tonight, as the New Midnight, who are technically the NWA Tag Team Champions, will take on the New Age Outlaws here. But no build to this match, and we get probably 6.5 minutes into this before we get reminded that Billy Gunn and Bart Gunn are supposed to be brothers.
It's yeah.
I mean, it's a New Midnight match. It's
spoiler,
you could probably take a guess of who you think is going to win this. You're probably right.
Let me guess. Bob Holly pins Road Dogg with a gorilla wrestler. No,
clean, but I got one of them TV ideas. Win the title.
It is crazy that the New Midnight, that the most success that they have is probably Bob Holly with the hardcore division.
Well, there was that whole Tough Enough thing that ends up happening here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. Or Brawl for All.
Yeah. What I said, Tough Enough. Yeah, Brawl for All. Sorry. Yeah.
That's actually funny you say that, because wasn't Hardcore Holly kind of in a few famous
Tough Enough? Yeah. I thought it was really interesting when Bob Holly came out. He flexed for the camera. Like, was his gimmick supposed to be like big muscle guy? Is that what
I think he's just trying to get noticed. Like, I don't know, just show off. I don't know. Because I mean, at this time, he was just Sparky Plug, right? Like, that's been his only.
Dude, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah,
before this, that was 3 years before this. So he hasn't really done much. I mean, he's just kind of been floundering around and clearly working for the NWA part time.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. They just must have been good enhancement talent for so long that they just gave him something to do.
Here's something I haven't thought about.
Oh, did I miss you?
You got me?
Oh, there you go.
Wouldn't WCW have the rights to the NWA at this time? Like, because Crockett bought the NWA, and then they formed WCW. We're gonna have to tune in Analyzing Attitude next week because we're gonna have the answer to that question. I'm not sure how the NWA would be,
That
its
sounds
own
right.
separate entity here because according to everything I've ever seen, Crockett bought the NWA, the NWA went away and then formed into WCW. So
And they're still around right now. Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure there's got to be some legal jargon that allows them to do so, but some nice back and forth action here by Bob Holly by Billy Gunn and Bart Gunn.
That's a good point, though. Yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah, I would have only been able to think about it in the last year because had no idea that NWA thing was even a gimmick in
Right.
WWE.
Didn't last very long. This is it's interesting. I will spoil a little bit more. This is actually the last time we see it. Tonight. Yeah, this is the end of Jim Cornette's run.
Yeah, because it's just creative for him here on out, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, and we all know the headaches. Oh,
yeah, I think he's gone. I think he's gone after this.
Oh, gotcha. I see. He hated Russo, so
yeah, and this is we're basically 6 weeks into the Vince Russo era.
Whew.
For anybody watching along with us, we are at the 1 hour, 18-minute mark of the tag team championship match between the New Age Outlaws and the New Midnight. A lot of news going on here.
I think, and it's just, is it just the Hell in a Cell and title match after this?
No, we have the King of the Ring finals next.
That's right.
Between Ken Shamrock and The Rock. Thanks for keeping us on track, Mike.
Yes.
And then we also have the semi-main, which is somehow the semi-main is the Undertaker versus Mankind in Hell in a Cell. What a shot by Bob Holly to the back of Road Dogg's head. And then that's not the final match. The final match is the WWF Championship match. I'm always a proponent as the title should go on last. Sometimes it shouldn't. Rock Hogan at 18 should have went on last. But Taker Foley should have went on last.
They did need Kane and Austin to go on last because of the finish.
Things that happen. Yeah, that's a good point.
But no,
but
totally agree.
Hindsight, maybe they should have went on last because of that. You know what I mean? Probably been nicer for Mick Foley. I'm just throwing that out there.
I would say, why did they? I don't think they did, but why didn't they just make it a number one contenders match? Because that's basically what it becomes.
Because of ratings and things that happen in the next 2 weeks.
Oh, gotcha.
As Bob Holly, the aerial specialist, goes for the worst looking falling elbow drop, Macho Man Randy Savage elbow drop I've ever seen in my life. Oh yeah, I forgot. Bombastic Bob is his name.
Bombastic and Bodacious.
Bodacious, yeah. It is really crazy to me how much bigger Bart Gunn looks in the Brawl for All than he does right here.
Yeah,
Bart Gunn looks like he puts on 30 to 40 pounds of muscle between the Brawl for All in 2 weeks, and I'm not even kidding, legitimately.
And he loses his hair. It goes to a flat top.
Yeah, it's got something to do with it too. As we were seconds away from the new Midnight Express being the new WWF Championship.
The Brawl for All, he was like, I want to look like Ken Shamrock as much as I can.
Yeah, and he does. Looks pretty close. He actually looks bigger than Ken Shamrock.
And then Butterbean's like, I want to look like Vader. No.
Yeah. And he does.
We're quite a ways from that, but
yeah.
Oh man, Brawl for All. What a concept. Did you watch the Dark Side of the Ring on that?
I did, but it's been a while, and I think I'm going to go back and rewatch it before it starts just to get more insight on it. As Bob Holly does the suck it shop to Road Dogg.
He hated DX.
Yeah, well, he hated everybody, man.
Yeah, well, that's true.
As Road Dogg gets a roll up here and almost picks up the win.
Oh God, I just realized that my day job, I'm starting to realize I was becoming Bob Holly. I was starting to hate everyone at work. I've
they
I,
they gave the new Midnight and Road Dogg and Billy Gunn 13 minutes.
dude, like, and
Why?
this is also following the 12-minute handicap match, or sorry,
Yeah,
Head versus
20.
Al Snow versus
Yeah, that was a tag team match. You're right.
dude, the ME on the back of their trunks. I'm just thinking of Talladega Nights when his sponsor was me.
Yeah, Midnight Express. I'm like, wait, why is it me? Yeah, Midnight Express. I didn't think that's right.
MA, who's MA?
They're just missing the cougar.
Yeah,
That's all the name.
damn cougar in a car. You gotta learn to drive with the fear. There's nothing more frightening than driving with a live cougar.
I didn't think we were quoting Talladega
Oh, I
Nights.
didn't
I didn't
either.
have that on my bingo card.
Well, they
As
gave us 15 minutes of the New Age
yeah,
Outlaws
this
versus the New
crap.
Midnight.
This is so bad.
And this is
That
following
you want to
Paul
know how
Bear's
you know how you want to know how you know this match is bad. All I have to do is sum it up with this: Bob Holly has gone for 3 top rope maneuvers in this match. Bob Holly.
He must have got a raise or something. Like throw him on TV or on pay-per-view for quite a while.
Hey, you know how I'm gonna win the title? I'll show him how I can do them flips.
I wonder if he pitched it.
Dive. Yeah.
You know those outlaws are nothing but no good sons of bitches. He seems like he is related to Billy Bob Thornton. I'm just starting to think of that.
Bob Holly, Billy Bob Thornton. I could see it. Yeah.
Billy Bob Holly.
Billy. Yeah, that's what they should have done. As Mr. Ass goes for a pile driver here, then Jim Cornette loads up the titles and hits Billy Gunn with it. Referee's distracted. We get the count.
Yeah.
And they almost gave the championships to the New Midnight Express.
They were thinking about it and like, oh yeah, it's Bob Holly and Bart Gunn. No way.
Yeah. Road Dogg makes the save, and I thought that was the end of the match. I thought they missed the finish.
I thought he was about to win with a freaking clothesline.
I didn't even see the clothesline. Oh, no, we're just gonna do a schoolboy roll up as Jim Cornette goes in to make the save yet again, but gets caught by Billy Gunn this time. Man, it's crazy how big Billy Gunn is here. And he's even bigger now.
I know.
He's in his early 30s here, and he's in his 60s now, and he's like more jacked today.
He is. It is crazy.
So we get a low blow low blow to Jim Cornette. Bob Holly with a random right hand and no follow up.
I'm starting to forget how good of a seller Billy Gunn was too.
He's gassed here. Yeah, he's gassed here as we get a guillotine drop, and that's the win. Thank goodness that is over. That was painstakingly long.
God.
China just chucks the NWA Tag Team Championships in Jim Cornette's face. That was probably a highlight of the night for her. Thanks for being stuck along with us here. We're about to hit the hour-and-a-half mark on the podcast of rewatching the King of the Ring 1998 pay-per-view. We still got an hour and 11 minutes to go in the pay-per-view.
Good stuff, though.
Yeah, it's all uphill from here. We're going to get Rock and Shamrock for the 456th time, but it's still a pretty good match. Honestly, it's a good match, but this is probably their worst one. Like of the ones they've had. Yeah. There just isn't as much of a story in it. I mean, we've had the Brass Knucks at King of the Ring or at Royal Rumble. But
they've kind of moved away from that.
Yeah, but it just there were so many other things developed in those matches that end up being a part of the story that spoiler, it's just kind of a wrestling match here. So,
right, and I wonder if part of it might be because Shamrock might be a bit gassed, but I mean, I'm sure Rock might be, but Rock seems like he's got his reps in and doesn't get gassed as easy.
He didn't seem to slow down much against Dan Severn, and a lot of that was just a lot of mat wrestling. As Triple H comes out here, Hunter won the King of the Ring last year, and is going to be on commentary here for the finals of this one, and we're slowly burning towards that all out DX Nation feud. And this is kind of the start of all of that. I mean,
we got a parody coming up here soon, don't
we got a parody coming up tomorrow night.
we?
So, yes, that one, by the way, if you're wondering.
Whereas there is funny stuff in it, but it is just tainted by the wrongness that is in it.
Yeah, for sure.
I am gonna just plug in the laptop here real quick.
Sure.
I didn't realize I had plugged it with my foot.
No, you're good. Go ahead and take a break. Because the one thing I want to talk about is we see Hunter come out with the European Championship here. I don't think he's defended it since he won it from Shawn Michaels on Christmas, and we're in June. So I mean, we know that the European title goes away eventually, but they've at least defended the light heavyweight championship in the last 3 months. I don't think Hunter's defended that title in 6 months.
Owen Hart at Mania. Oh, because Owen Hart won it briefly. He won it back at Mania,
right.
and I don't think he's defended it since. Yeah, because Owen Hart won it from Goldust, but Triple H, because he was dressed as Triple H, right?
Yeah, and then he won it back 2 weeks later. Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. And Mania at this point is already 3 months removed?
Let's see, May, April, 4, almost 4.
Jeez.
Man, they're still loving The Rock, man. Like, they've already seen him once tonight, and they're just still standing up, waiting for him at the end. You always want to know who's over. Look at the aisleway. See if the people that aren't in the aisle seats are fading towards the aisle to try to get some sort of high five or show their sign or whatever. That's definitely happening right now.
Who was the first person you got a high five from?
Oh, I couldn't even. It was somebody circa like 1993. I couldn't even tell you who it was. Have I ever told you my famous Bret Hart story?
I don't think so.
It was the In Your House pay-per-view in Omaha, where Mike and I are living in Omaha, Nebraska. For anybody that's watching on doesn't know who we are. Bret Hart rolls out of the ring, gets his shades off, beelines right over to me, gives his shades to the kid right next to me. Crushed and heartbroken.
Did you go, Shawn Michaels rules?
Yeah. You suck, Bret. No, I was a Bret Hart guy. So.
Not a thing yet, but go Bill Goldberg. No.
Ken Shamrock makes his right way to the ring down to take on The Rock. Yeah, that was one of the lowlights of Jimmy Allen's wrestling fandom. There's no Karen's Catering, I'll tell you that much. We will eventually tell that story on this podcast. I think the statutes of limitations have passed. So.
Funniest text though that went with it though. Years down the line, you're gonna wish you got in the van. # Karen's Catering.
Karen's Catering. You said Shamrock may be gassed here, Mike. I mean, he looks like he's good to go.
He looks crazy.
Yeah.
He's got the eyes just piercing.
It is weird how much him and Bart Gunn and Dan Severn all look like they could be related, though.
It's like the weird Von Erichs.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Speaking of that, I hope they do more wrestling biopic movies because Iron Claw was very good.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Maybe the Hearts. But
Hearts would be a good one, but
there's so much bad blood there. Yeah. You know what I mean? That like Bret is so bitter about everything.
Yeah,
everything.
I don't think Martha Hart would let a lot of Owen stuff out there, especially if WWE has anything to do with it.
Right, which is understandable.
Yeah.
I hope she eventually lets him get put in the Hall of Fame, but I totally get why not.
Yeah. It just doesn't seem like that bridge is ever gonna get burnt for that one.
And I don't blame her, man. We're eventually gonna have to cover that. That's gonna be a really crappy thing to have to talk about. But
yeah, I was just thinking that because we just passed that last month.
The first Over the Edge pay-per-view.
Yeah. Which that's like, oh well, TikTok.
Yeah, man.
Whew.
For anybody watching along with us, if you want to just do a deep dive on Rock matches, go back and watch him 3 months ago. It doesn't even look this crisp. Like he has really just found the switch and flipped it.
Yes, and it does seem like he's definitely calling the matches in the ring.
That might be why. Maybe he's calling a little bit of it and being able to lead, so he's being able to set his stuff up more. That could be something to do with it.
Yeah, it's still bumping just perfectly for him, and
the crowd is all over him right now, and he's sitting out there just letting it come to him. Like,
I can't believe how much they used to let them like lean over.
Yeah, they've clearly moved the barricade back a few feet too.
But damn, I was just like, you shouldn't be able to be standing up right next to the apron and somebody's almost touching you.
Yeah, I don't know if almost was even needed there.
Right? Damn.
Man, Triple H is just making all of the penis jokes that he possibly can on commentary.
I've got my volume down a little bit, so he's kind of muffled.
I'm reading.
Oh,
I'm reading the closed captions. As China is also sitting over at the Spanish announce table.
No,
Triple H, just because he hasn't made enough racist remarks during this time era, says she's talking about Taco Bell.
Yeah. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Yeah. I was like, is he really doing it? I hit the wrong thing. It speaks in Spanish.
Yeah,
in Spanish.
No, you're on the right thing. They were showing China on the commentators table.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's terrible. Like I don't know. I guess because I'm not a 13-year-old, I don't get it. But I don't get it.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah, and I don't know why. Just his delivery at this time just doesn't seem. I don't know. It just seems like he's trying to get
funny.
Yeah,
like even today. Like I mean, listen, he's one of my favorite of all times.
Yeah,
he's just not that funny. He beat Triple H. Right. Listen, those dudes in the Austin 316, the ECW shirts, and the snake shirt, they are getting their money's worth tonight. They're getting more camera time than just about anybody. Shout out to those guys. If you're watching along with us here in attendance in Pittsburgh, let us know. Those dudes are having the time of their lives right now.
Oh man, I wonder. Yeah, definitely college kids. I kind of like a little jealous that I wasn't around that age in this time.
Right? Yeah. Be in your mid or in your early 20s in 1998.
I mean, I'm glad I'm not now because then I'd be a little bit further on.
Yeah, you might be balding. Can you imagine that? It's Triple H and The Rock getting into each other's faces. Hunter spit the water right in Rocky's face, and Rocky just palm faced him right into the chair. There's Ken Shamrock throws the weakest looking punch I've ever seen.
And
you gotta wonder how much of that was predetermined because Hunter did not look thrilled about that.
No.
And we know that there was some real animosity between those two back in the day.
Yes. It did seem like he did hate Sean a lot more, though.
Rocky? Yeah. Even to this day, he's never really talked about it.
Like, even his show, Young Rock, like, they addressed everyone by name, but for Sean, they made up a person. They called him Chad Frost. And
really? I didn't know that.
And it was actually a black guy too. So it's like they were really like covering up like that.
Who it was supposed to be.
Yeah. They made him like a big dickhead and stuff like that. So but it was so clear it was Sean. He was wearing like the
chaps.
Yeah. Chad Frost. The Heartbreak Kid, Chad Frost.
I don't know if Shawn Michaels would have been Mr. WrestleMania if it was Chad Frost. Ooh.
Or was
Ken Shamrock got caught up in the ropes and just got clotheslined by the bottom rope as The Rock doing Ken Shamrock's pose in the middle of the ring. He's panning to those guys we just referenced to, by the way. Like he's
just having fun with them.
Yeah.
I know we're quite a ways from it, but I love when he makes fun of all the guys he's wrestling in the Hell in a Cell in like one promo and like imitates all of them perfectly.
The Armageddon 6-man Hell in a Cell. Yes, we're about a year away from the My name's Billy. It doesn't matter what your name is, by the way.
But it doesn't matter what your name.
Oh,
I think it was so funny, but like that. Oh yeah, that was pretty bad.
You might have called it, Mike. Dude, this guy in the white shirt is. How is security not getting this guy back? The guy is like in Rock's ear. Yeah, there you go. Good job, Jack Doan. Good job, Jack Doan. Way to be security guard tonight.
perfect timing because especially with the fans getting so like into these two specifically, because I just watched the old episode of that 70s show where they went to a wrestling match and these two are in the episode and
I don't think I've seen that.
oh, it's hilarious. Rock is supposed to be his dad. Rocky
really?
Johnson. Yes. I don't know who Shamrock's supposed to be, but he's got this horrible 70s wig on. The Hardys are in it too.
Oh, cool.
But it's pretty funny. Big Cat Ernie Ladd's in it.
We talked about Ken Shamrock's eye in the Jeff Jarrett match earlier. He's doing it again, so maybe he's got like something wrong with him. Like he's clearly not selling something; he just can't keep his eye open.
Lost his contact.
Yeah, maybe that could be a thing. Mike, you called it, man. I think Shamrock's just done for here.
Yeah,
he just for anybody not watching along with us, he got Rock went to go set him up with a hangman on the guardrail, and Shamrock just missed the guardrail completely, but sold it like he hit it.
Yeah,
I mean, missed by about that much.
He probably did it because I think if he didn't, he was probably just going to fall right onto it.
Yeah, well, that and that dude in the white shirt was like right there. Just a PSA. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
If you're at a sport, if you're at a wrestling, if you're at a sporting, if you're at any kind, if you're in the crowd to any capacity, you have no business being that far over. If you're in center field or if you're at a wrestling event, either one, just zero reason to be that close.
So you'll ruin it for yourself. Even you pay that much money, then you'll do something stupid like that, and you'll get thrown out or even punched. Like who knows?
Yeah, I want to say it was the Blue Jays. Yeah, Jesus Sanchez. Did you see what happened today in the Blue Jays baseball game? A fan threw a baseball at the right fielder for the Blue Jays and hit him in the finger and broke his hand.
Are you serious?
Yeah, today. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Did he press the charges?
That I don't know. And we get the removal of the elbow pad for the first time ever for the people's elbow. As I mentioned, he did it earlier in the show and just took it off. Got a huge pop from removing his elbow. He actually did it in the gimmick now, and
we haven't talked to the crowd yet.
Yeah, it's probably at the point he ain't got those $7 production checks yet, so he's probably still needs his ring gear.
Do you think that had to have been like one of the biggest items to catch in wrestling?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, Bret Hart's sunglasses, Rock's elbow pad, a John Cena T-shirt.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything else. A John Cena T-shirt, unless you're at One Night Stand 2005.
Unless somebody was out there with like an empty bowl trying to catch Triple H's water.
Yeah, good call.
You're just weird, but
yeah.
I bet you there's people that paid tickets just for that. Like,
well, you've got that. We were just talking about the Undertaker's podcast a minute ago. You've got that 6 Feet Under with Midian, where he talks about how him and his brother went by and like took the program and mopped up Dusty Rhodes' blood and took it back with them.
Oh yeah,
there's that.
That's strange.
Yeah, it's kind of weird cat.
I did take Dave Batista's Sharpie. I stood in line to see him at an autograph session at World of Wheels, and he left before I got up there, and I was like, fuck this. I was like 10 people away and ran up there and took a Sharpie. He was using.
I think this is our first shout out to him, but we'll shout out our friend Will Duncan, who I know watches sometimes. Was at a SmackDown with him in 2013, 2014, and the Shield went by us, and I don't think I've ever seen a grown man be that happy to touch Roman Reigns' hair, but that was a thing. Sorry, Will.
If he was covered in what CM Punk says he was, then gross.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. As a float over DDT from the Rock here, both these guys, and there's a lot of rest spots in this match. I mean, we still got a long way to go here, and both these guys are just taking as much time as they possibly can.
They're just spent.
This is their second match of the night, so we'll let them slide a little bit. But
it is crazy that there's 55 minutes left, and how much we have to finish this match. We have a Hell in a Cell match and
which is 26 minutes long, by the way. The Hell in a Cell match is 26 minutes long.
That still somehow feels short for like what goes on in that match.
Really? I thought it felt long. Like it feels long.
Yeah.
It feels long.
Terry Funk loses his shoes.
I forgot about that. Hey, you know we need more wrestling. You know we need in wrestling more losing your shoe spots. I'm here for it.
Did you see how slick? I forgot who did it.
It just happened recently, right?
MJF.
Was it MJF? Yeah.
Yep. He healed himself, and as he got clotheslined, he kicked both of them off perfectly.
That doesn't happen enough. You know what? Somebody needs to bring back. I'll go buy a T-shirt. If you're a pro wrestler watching this podcast, first of all, get a life. Secondly, I will buy your T-shirt if you bring back the spitting to make it look like you lost your tooth spot.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't do that enough.
Shout out HBK.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody does it anymore.
No, it doesn't seem like it. He was a big one.
I can't even remember the last time I saw it.
Man, I felt like the people with gum, they would do that a lot.
Yeah,
too, with the
Billy
gum
Gunn
out.
was a big Billy Gunn did that a ton. He doesn't do it anymore either, though.
Billy Gum.
Billy Gum, yeah, there you go. I'm surprised Vince didn't make that a gimmick. That seems like it's got Vince McMahon written all over it.
I bet you there are so many people who are like, don't even make like a joke around him because he'll just make it a fucking gimmick.
100%. Great spot here is The Rock has
Nice.
had 2 float over DDTs, and then Ken Shamrock counters the third one with a great fisherman suplex. As gas as they are, that looked like $1 million.
And JR is getting into classic JR calling here. Like, I love when he gets into the matches.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he always says they provided the music, he provided the lyrics. Both these guys are so tanked right now.
I do kind of. I mean, I understand why they don't, but I kind of wish they would bring back the semifinals at least to end the finals
do the same night.
Same night. Yeah.
As gas as these two are, it might be why.
Right.
Rock's still selling his ass off, though.
Yes.
You see that? For anybody watching live, watch Rock grab Shamrock's foot and tell him to go for a cover so he can get some air.
Oh,
man, I cannot believe how long they made this match go. Oh, great spot. Shamrock goes to the Hurricane Rana. Rock gives him the guillotine. Almost gets the 3 count.
It's crazy that this is less than a 3-hour pay-per-view, and I don't know.
Barely.
This one, and then the 2 tag matches seem like that was like 3 hours right there.
Shamrock locks in the ankle lock here.
I feel like I was being mean. This has been a good match, though.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to beat The Rock clean in any of their matches up until this point. The Rock taps out, and Ken Shamrock is the 1998 King of the Ring winner.
As long as he doesn't beat up 19 referees.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Listen, I guess that's true. We've seen this story before. And listen, spoiler, that doesn't happen. But, I mean, like, if this was supposed to be the payoff for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, you don't win the Intercontinental Championship, but we'll give you the King of the Ring. You won't get a scepter. You won't get a ceremony. You won't get a robe. No crown. We're going to let you pan to the crowd for 5 minutes.
You're out of here.
And we'll see you later. Thanks, Ken. Because that's what happens here. Like, no ceremony, no interview afterwards, no.
Yeah, they interview him after every freaking match except for winning the King of the Ring.
Exactly.
Oh man.
So we're just.
I wonder if he didn't want that because he's kind of like the shoot MMA guy. If he said, "I'm not wearing that shit," but
no, yeah.
But they don't like really even acknowledge it. I mean,
he doesn't want to get a fake British accent like they did to Booker T.
You're right.
Fair enough.
Well, like Triple H told this story that they're like, "All right, put on the crown." And he's like, "I'm not putting on the crown," and he just keeps hitting Foley in the head with it after they gave it to him.
Yeah, that's. I mean, but like like in 2001, they give Edge the cup that kind of looks like the Stanley Cup. Like, there's so many other things you could have done.
Right. See, Austin, didn't he just stand by the throne?
Mm-hmm.
Which is good enough.
I could be wrong, but I think at the beginning, Doc Hendricks tries putting the robe on him and he takes it off. I could be wrong, but I can't remember.
Gotcha. See, that would have been fine. They could have done that with Shamrock too, or something along that line. Like, try to give him something.
Yeah, but literally, and I don't think they even really address it after the first month.
Right.
So
they give him Burger King.
Yeah. You gotta wonder like how Jerry Lawler felt about this pay-per-view too. Like, he's supposed to be the king. This is the King of the Ring. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it just seems like he didn't really take himself too seriously in WWF, so he probably, I don't know. I think
He's at the
just there for
tail
the
end
money.
too. He's
Yeah.
at the tail end. And here we go. The cell is descending as we're getting ready for Mick Foley and his Mankind persona taking on the Undertaker. If you're just joining us, thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate it. We know we're going a little bit later into the night, but we are at the 1 hour 47-minute and 10-second moment of King of the Ring 1998 as we get ready for the Undertaker and Mankind inside Hell in the Cell. Still have Steve Austin and Kane to go in the WWF Championship match. This is available on Netflix. If you're trying to figure out where to find it at, please like and subscribe to YouTube, to Analyzing Attitude on YouTube. We can go back and rewatch all the storylines leading up to this as you see people in the crowd anticipating the very first ever first blood match in WWF that we'll see between Kane and Stone Cold Steve Austin, the main event after this historic run as we get ready to see Mankind come out here. And I love this version of Mankind because we've talked about his storytelling and his mic work and his ability to play the character battling the three different personas that he has. And he's even implementing that into his gear. This is like his new look with the white button down t-shirt and the tie to symbolize his allegiance at some point with Vince McMahon because he's corporate, but still looking like the old school Mankind.
I had no idea that this is the match he debuted the shirt and tie.
Yeah. Yep.
But yes, I was picking up on that when he was doing the corporate stuff with Vince. It's like I'm guessing that's how he got the shirt and tie. But yeah, did not know that this was the infamous match he debuted in. So that's pretty cool, honestly.
As Foley is inspecting the cell inside and out, he starts outside of it and makes his way in. But we know what's about to happen here, Mike. He looks inside the ring and turns back around and walks back out of it.
Hey, and look, he's even gone and said, he goes, that the match, the first Hell in a Cell was Shawn and Taker. He goes, I'm not Shawn Michaels. I can't do that kind of a match. So I can have a match that I can have and make it memorable. And boy, he ain't wrong.
Yeah. Interesting decision here is we see Mick start to scale the cage before it even starts, but he throws the steel chair that he brought out on top of it. That's pretty risky, man. Because I mean, if it wasn't able to get it all the way up there and it hit the cell wrong and bounced off, it could have hit a fan.
And that thing ends up becoming more damaging than.
Oh yeah, terrible decision for what happens later. I'm talking about before decisions were made. You know what I mean? Right. Allowing him to do it was certainly a choice.
See, look what could have happened, Mick.
Yeah.
And man, just.
Listen to that. Roar, man.
I don't think I've loved. This might be my favorite entrance of his big WrestleMania ones. Yeah, just because the
visuals are so cool. But when he gets to the cage,
yes, him looking up and Foley's just up there looking down. And knowing what's about to happen is just I got goosebumps right now.
Because a lot of times they get they being the WWE production team get a ton of credit for that visual at WrestleMania 25, Shawn descending from the heavens, then Taker coming out from the hells. Like that's almost what this looks like, is where Foley is literally suspended in the sky and Taker standing in the depths. And we have some fire pyro for the Undertaker here. You'll be happy to know that he doesn't get burnt in this one. Can't say that for anything that happens after this. but you got to wonder if that's why he was so comfortable with that stuff, because he's obviously had some successful pyros in the situation. But
it's
not the best decision.
He said it seems like throughout the years, if anything happened, it was just minor. But yeah, I
minus that one.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's. I guess he had told the guy like leading up. He goes, "It's starting to get a little too close to me. I think you need to bring it out a little bit." And
the guy told him no.
Yeah.
Just here's that cool visual we're talking about, where Taker's standing at the bottom of the cell, taking his jacket off, with Mick standing on top of it.
I was actually trying to get this to be my screen thing for this episode.
Oh yeah.
But I had some technical difficulties. That's why I kind of got the poor man's sign back up today.
That's all right. And we are right at the 1 minute 51 second, 1 hour 51 minute 22 second mark, where Undertaker's climbing the cage here. Speaking of interesting decisions, like we see him get to the top here, and Mick starts hammering him right away. Taker legitimately has a broken ankle right now during all of this. So he's trying to scale this cage as a 320-pound man and literally on one leg. and Mick was like, here, I'll meet you at the side, start punching to the face. We'll see how this goes.
Oh, I know. And he's doing his best to keep pressure off his ankle, but it still looks like he's...
Yeah. I mean, he's 6'10", 320, man. Like,
and you're climbing this uneven chain link. There's no way you can't put pressure on it.
That is held together by rivets and, as we'll see in just a few minutes, zip ties.
Yes.
To support over almost 700 pounds of weight. Like, whoever with the engineering was probably should have been fired after this.
Oh, I know. Oh, there's so much I want to say, but since we're actually doing the live watch along, I'm trying to just wait till the moments happen.
Listen, we get there really quickly though, man.
Yeah.
We're about 13 seconds into them being on top of the cell, and it's already starting to give way as you see Taker just kind of brace there and try to put as much weight as he can on the beams. Like, obviously it's hindsight. I have the benefit of hindsight of saying this, but how do you not have the conversation? Hey, stay on the support beams. That's a fence. You guys weigh 300 pounds each.
Yeah, it does feel like common sense. Like,
yeah, like,
but I don't know.
Well, here we go. Here's the moment though. Taker throws a couple punches, and then Mick Foley gets thrown 17 feet off the cell through the table, and you see that moment there where Taker just kind of leans over and looks, and he said it publicly a couple times. He was just looking to make sure he was moving.
Yeah.
And yes, the table breaks his fall and all of that, and I understand that, but like, look at how much room there isn't between that table and that concrete floor.
Hugo Savinovich always cracks me up.
Yeah. Hey, you got to sell it, brother.
I mean, to be fair, a man just came flying at him from 20 feet in the air.
You know, it's funny. You say that throughout this whole thing. Listen to Jerry Lawler. Anybody that's watching, listen to Jerry Lawler. He asks for help for the Spanish announce table like 6 times.
Yes.
Like, the guy's over there. Not Mick Foley. He's asking for the Spanish announce tables guys to get some medical attention. I guess priorities. I don't know. But as you see, Taker throws Mick off the cell here, and they got a minute and 12 seconds in before they did that. This match has technically been going for a minute and 12 seconds.
You gotta think everyone thinks that's it. Like they're not doing anything else.
I implore anybody to go back to the point where Taker was scaling the cage on the side. You hear a kid scream out, "Hey, don't fall on me!" You get exactly 1 minute and 4 seconds later, Mick Foley's being thrown off top of the cell.
Yep.
There's no way that kid that yelled that out could have had any idea this was.
Well, like they saw like. The first one, how Sean went through the table, you know, he was hanging at the halfway part and did it safely as you can. I don't think they're expecting a near 3. I'm assuming Foley's 300 pounds at this point,
340 at this point.
Going sailing off the top.
Sure. As you see here, Dr. Francois Petit shows up. If you don't know who that is, I don't blame you, but you may know him from such hit movies as Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. That's actually him. Like, WCW is trying to mimic Glacier as Sub-Zero on the other channel. WWF actually has Sub-Zero on their medical staff, which I thought was really funny. But he's a licensed physician and was the WWF doctor at this point.
Sub-Zero. That is...
from Mortal Kombat, the actual guy that played him in the first rendition of those movies.
Well, who is it?
Little random note for you.
I'm trying to figure out his. Oh shoot! I'm looking at the wrong one.
What are you trying to figure out?
They also have. Sorry.
They also had for a long time. They had Dr. Chris Amann, famously known from the Colt Cabana CM Punk podcast.
This isn't going to be as funny as I thought, but they have Morgan from Roadhouse out there too.
Oh, they do. I didn't know that.
Terry Funk.
Yeah, I was trying to play along with it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't remember his name.
You mentioned that. So Terry Funk does come out here. A minute and 14 seconds goes by before anybody comes down.
Right.
And it's not the medical staff. Terry Funk is the first person to show up. You just threw a guy off a 16-foot cell, and you're seeing the. If you're watching along live with us, you see Vince McMahon. They're pandering to get the stretcher over, and it looks like he's got serious concern, like not trying to sell anything, trying to get as much medical attention over as they can. As you see Mick Foley being helped up there, but what the hell took so long? Like, were they hoping that he would get up and they'd be able to continue the match? Like, the runway's not that the walkway's not that long to take. Like, why would you not have medical staff around ringside knowing this was going to happen?
Like you said, Vince had to have at least known. So why would I don't know.
Yeah, the guy in charge, I would hope so.
Maybe, I mean, to be fair, I guess like there's such tight quarters around here, and maybe they finally realized we have to raise it. Which, by the way, if I'm
you're about to see that in a minute come into play too, because as you see, they had to raise the cage up to allow the gurney to get in. The Undertaker's still on top of the cage. They obviously have to lower it for him to get back down. When they do so, they hit the guardrail. Like, I don't know if there was something off with him, his weight being on it or what. A fan gets injured here, and they had to like compensate him for it.
Do you think he just stuck his hand out?
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, we talked about it a minute ago with how close the guy in the white shirt was during the Shamrock match. Like, now they have to put a steel cage around that. Like,
no kidding.
Yeah, they definitely did some bad engineering here with this whole event. Right there, that's right when it happens. As Mick Foley heads back up the rampway.
That is such a cool visual, by the way.
Which part?
Oh, I mean, sorry.
What we're about to see?
We're about to see. It was him getting off the.
Are you ahead of me?
Oh, sorry. When you said here he comes down, I thought he was about to make his way down. Sorry.
No. Yeah, he's about to, because the Undertaker is starting to come off the cage, and you could see Take just not being able to put any pressure on that left foot. Like, he's dangling there with the other one up on the cage.
I think it's about to come. I love the look Taker gives.
Yeah. And like, here comes Foley. He's coming back down and throwing people off him. He had barely lift his left shoulder, and he's going back to scale the cage.
Taker's like, all right. This is fucking nuts.
Shouldn't somebody been like, guys, we're good. We're good here. Good day in the office at home.
Well,
I can't even pull himself up on top of the cage. He has to roll up there. And Taker comes at him. Listen, and look here, what we were just talking about. Taker is fully walking on the support beams now.
Yes,
like he's not touching any other part of the cage other than the steel beams.
And it's
which is probably why he thought that this wasn't going to happen. As Mick Foley gets choke slammed through through and look underneath him. Those are just your 50-cent zip ties you could buy at Home Depot right now.
That they're immediately checking out. That one was not supposed to happen.
And he's out cold because the steel chair hit the ground and his face hit the steel chair. God. Vertically, by the way. You don't see it on camera. It lands like this, and he lands on top of it. Yeah. He's out. Mankind is out cold here, legitimately in real life. Like, they're telling the Undertaker to stay back. Like, Vince McMahon should have been like, go.
Pull it off.
Yeah, go. Yeah. Like, because he comes down here. And you see him jump down, land on his ankle, barely be able to support himself. Like, there's no reason for these guys to be out here. And Taker said that he asked Terry Funk here, is he good? And he goes, hell no, he's not good. Yeah, and then they're just trying to buy time. And then Funk clearly wasn't expecting that right. Funk clearly wasn't expecting that right hand. Yeah. So we'll just send Terry Funk out of his shoes, like Mike said here. There they go.
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
And now they're about to proceed to wrestle for another 15 fucking minutes.
Dude, they go 16 minutes and 12 seconds. After all that, they get 16-12 more.
I can't believe the man can still walk.
Another look here. God. That steel chair just smacking him right in the face.
And it's a good thing Taker's placement was where it was, because what if he
if they both went through with his broken ankle on top of it too, because he wouldn't have been able to brace himself? Yeah. Do you see the right hand there from the Undertaker, and Mick Foley just doubles over because he's not conscious?
Oh gosh, it feels like he broke his hips, back, everything. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't. Like, he says the worst thing that got injured was his other than his tooth, but his shoulder, which you see him favor a ton.
Yeah.
In the rest of this match, but
obviously the first bump had to have hurt like hell, but it's weird to say, but it looked pretty because he like rolled with it, and it just
but I mean, you got to be thinking about it the whole time, right? It's scary moment there is old Undertaker goes for old school, and Mankind crotches him on the top rope, and Taker just kind of keels over because of his ankle.
Yep. And we're about to get another cool visual here.
There it is. Mick Foley smiles, losing his tooth with it shoved up his nose. Like, listen to the Undertaker. Like, the Undertaker just threw a man off the top of the cell. The guy that he's facing got thrown 20 feet through the air for your entertainment, and people are chanting for the Undertaker.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know what, F you guys.
Yeah, he might be a little bit over here. Maybe just a little bit.
Right.
Insanity. We get the moment here where Taker gets sent to the outside, and Mankind tries going on the offense here by going and picking up the steel steps, and he literally can't lift them because of his arm. Like, this is not a work. It's obviously a work. This part's not. He literally can't pick them up. So like, the Undertaker goes over and picks up the steps and hits him in the injured shoulder with the stairs. Like, obviously it's worked, but it's like, come on, man! Like, we didn't need to do that one.
Man, just the grimace on his face every time he moves. It would like what this like no matter what kind of like views you have with each other, like this sort of match would like bond you forever, right?
Oh, well, you say that, but like the fact that Undertaker doesn't mention Mick Foley in his Hall of Fame speech,
yeah, that's I forgot about
incredible to me. Like, I know that there's that video of them watching it back together and like they're chumming it up and palling it up, but you got to wonder if there's something there for just that reason alone.
Excuse me, very well could be because it just I don't know. I've totally forgot. Like, how do you not mention it? Like, this is like huge. I know Taker's had a lot of things in his career, but
terrible visual there as the Undertaker goes for the dive to the outside. It looks like he just purposely threw his head into the cage because Mick is just not able to stand up.
Right, and you gotta
laugh, but it's like, man,
I don't think anybody would know he had a broken ankle if we didn't like we're told.
Yeah, you just assumed he heard it on the jump down off the top of the cage.
Yeah, because he's really moving just like fine. Like, definitely don't think it's broken.
As somebody that's broken their ankle 3 times, I wasn't doing this. I'll tell you that much. Like they say, it's not ballet, right?
That's right.
So we get the cool visual of Taker being his head grinded against the cage.
Yeah, we got to get some color for Undertaker.
I don't think he does. I don't think he bleeds in this.
He does. I think. Wait, does he? I think.
I don't think so. I think they may have tried there, but he was probably like, "Yeah, let's just get the hell out of here."
The dead man. Oh, we got some color.
We haven't done enough on this. We gotta pile drive the Undertaker into a steel chair here. Like, oh yeah, he does bleed. You're right.
Foley's like, I'm doing all this. You're gonna fucking bleed.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot about it. We still have tax.
Oh yeah, we're not even close to being done.
But that's definitely towards the finish.
I think it's right here, actually.
Oh.
As Mankind sets up a chair on the Undertaker's face and is going to drop the leg right on top of it. And I think this is the spot where he rolls out to go get him because he had to give himself a little bit of time to get there, right? Like,
yeah. He's got to, man.
I don't know why I didn't think the Undertaker bled in this match.
I just remember like thinking it was strange because like I didn't remember, or sorry, when I was a kid, I was like, I can't believe Foley even got offense.
Yeah, he gets a ton of it in too because he just hits a double arm DDT here.
Okay.
Is it the pile driver on a steel chair was enough? We got to get the finish in, brother.
and if I'm not mistaken,
this is it.
I think he gets the. Gosh,
like thrown off the top of the cell, thrown through the cell, knocked out by a chair. Steel steps rammed in his dislocated shoulder. And looking back at it, I kind of wonder if Taker was trying to pop it back in.
Oh, yeah.
But he goes and grabs thumbtacks. And Mick Foley says that he was so concussed in this moment that as they were pulling the tacks out of his back after this match, spoiler alert for what's coming, he goes, "Oh man, I forgot to do the thumbtack spot." If you're wondering how out of it he really was,
that you don't remember that you have thousands of thumbtacks in your body
as they're pulling them out of you. Like it's one thing to forget the next day. Like Undertaker's famously said he doesn't remember any of the match with Brock at WrestleMania 30. Mick Foley didn't remember doing the thumbtack spot as they were pulling him out of him.
Oh, and I think he does two because the first one he doesn't get it very well.
Yeah, and this is what I love about. We talked about the psychology earlier. This is the part that I love here, is we've beaten the Undertaker with the mandible claw 3 times, and they've now teased that they were going to those thumbtacks twice. Didn't get there. We lock in the mandible claw. Clearly, we can't have the guy that get thrown off top of the cell and then threw it lose. So here's where he's going to win. And they work to it, and they work to it, and they work to it. And Taker's hand even kind of goes down for the third one here. And then he stands up with him on his back. And it just like the whole thing is just poetry, man.
Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, just any bump that Foley's taking right like after that, I'm just like, I'm like cringing.
Like, look at this. Tim White's doing the count here for the mandible claw. He gets to 3. Taker's hand definitely goes down there. Like, if this was real, like, this is clearly. I think that match should have been over, but I'm not an official.
And then if you see here, they kind of miss, and Foley just tries to roll at him. The poor bastard.
Yeah, I mean they clearly missed, and he just like he's like, listen, I paid my $4.86 these thumbtacks. I'll put them to use.
Then I wonder whose call this is. I think it's Foley. He's like, nope, that wasn't good enough. Give me the choke slam on him.
Yeah, you can see him kind of pandering back, telling him to Tim White, tell the Undertaker something.
Yep, right here, choke slam.
What's funny is I just joked about the finish, but like we choke slam through tacks, thrown off a cell, thrown through the cell, choke slam on tacks. That's not what he gives him the tombstone to win.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to protect your finish, I guess.
And he's not done for the night.
Yeah. That wasn't enough, but you know what'll do it? This tombstone pile driver.
We need you for segment 15.
Yeah, right. Gives him the spike. Gives him Shakespeare. That's going to do it. Undertaker wins Hell in a Cell.
I love this kick.
Yeah. It's great. Like, he just kept telling story the whole time, man. Like, he never lets up.
Whew. Just got chills again. I love that little, I got fight still in me, but I can't move.
Yeah, they damn near killed me tonight, and I still do the, type thing. Like,
yeah.
And incredible. Fantastic match.
And I think they try for a little bit after this, but like it's impossible to like make him heel. Now,
right? Well, so he still got the run with Kane.
Yeah,
like I think the character was menacing enough, but like the crowd ultimately turns him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I love that Taker stands there like, yeah, I could do something else to him. Yeah, I got something left. And then he literally just does this. Just all right. Yeah. That's good enough. Like you could tell how much Taker is struggling just to walk right now, though.
Oh, for sure. He's probably like, and he still has like another 20 years to go of his career. But he's probably like, I'm too old for this shit.
I wonder how old he was at this point.
Oh,
98, 31, maybe 32, 33 years old.
Damn, we're older than these guys are.
He was right. Yeah, well, I think Foley was almost 40.
Oh, gotcha.
Which makes this even crazier, by the way.
I know. Like,
no, Foley was 33 years old. Also, they were the same age. How about that?
Damn.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. I'm 4 years older than that, and I'm not getting thrown off Hell in a Cell.
No, I was about to say, it's like, am I really upset that I've lived longer than these guys without going through Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, I don't have that mileage on my body.
I've stepped on a thumbtack. That really hurts.
Yeah, imagine. I think they counted 76. They pulled 76 out of him.
And I had one.
Yeah, here's the crazy thing about this. He has a free stretcher ride waiting for him on the outside, but it meant so much to Mick Foley to be seen walking out that he actually walks out with some assistance from this event. Like, just a warrior, man.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that Vince didn't just try to turn him like right away.
Sure.
Like, I know, like they do some fun stuff with Kane here for the summer, but it's just, I don't know, like it's just,
you got to wonder how much that was Mick's call too, right? Like,
yeah,
you know who the top babyface is. Do you really want to compete on that side of the locker room and Taker's underneath him? Like,
yeah, it really, like, Rock is like the only one that does end up like competing with Steve, but because Taker like never, like, you put Steve up against Taker, everyone usually sided with Steve.
You know, I never noticed this about the Spanish announce table. Like, they barely get out of the way.
No, like,
you have crazy. Maybe 2 seconds. Yeah,
that's why I made fun of Hugo earlier, but it's like, I mean, to be fair, it's like guy just came flying at you.
Yeah, I don't remember the other guy's name. But like, you see him get up and get out of the way with not a whole lot of time to spare.
Oh, I can do this because they always did the calls right before every show. Hugo Savinovich, Carlos Cabrera.
Cabrera, there you go. I couldn't remember his first name. I was going to give you his last name, but
and Michael Cole Itaz.
It's crazy that Foley walks out here. We still have another match to go, man. Like, insane.
What are you doing, Sarge? You out there to remove somebody from ringside?
Yeah, he is right now. He's removing Mick Foley from ringside. He's got one gimmick, and he's living up to it. Boot camp matches against Triple H and removing people from ringside. Sergeant Slaughter summed up from 97 to 98.
Did Funk get his shoes back on?
I don't know. I can't tell. They were definitely still in the ring a minute ago. I don't know. He's walking pretty gingerly. I don't think so.
That'd be funny if he was whispering to Mick. He's like, my back hurts.
Yeah. That choke slam really got me, brother.
He really goozled me.
All right. It is main event time as Jerry the King Lawler has thumbtacks from the ring. He just poked Jim Ross with. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, just insane. Just the fact that doesn't close the show. And this crowd, look at the people behind King and JR. They are still amped for this night. Like, I don't know how they have any energy left in them, but they're gonna get the WWF Championship match between Kane. What a picture of Paul Bear, by the way. Kane and Steve Austin, the very first ever first blood match in WWF history for the WWF Championship.
Paul Bear looks like he trusted a fart when he shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's a spot on. Nailed it. We're going to get a recap here of how we got here. And if you're Mike Sweeney and you don't remember this, the Undertaker versus Kane in a number one contenders match led to Mick Foley coming out and interrupting it and debuting back as Mankind, which led to Kane hitting a tombstone, getting his first ever win over his brother, and determining the number one contendership for this championship. And the story since then has been Kane and Mankind have been setting Stone Cold Steve Austin up to be attacked, and the Undertaker hasn't been able to come out and help him. And this plot being that the Undertaker's been helping Mankind and Kane because he wants to get to Steve Austin and get the WWF Championship. So that's the story being told here, and it plays out throughout this entire match. So it's important to remember. But we get this cool visual here that we saw earlier in the month where Kane and Mankind jump Steve Austin, roll him in a casket. We get that cool visual of Kane on top of the casket hitting his pyro, and it looked incredible.
Yes.
Important to point out that Vince McMahon at the time was accepting a Humanitarian of the Year award on his own television show. That feels important to point out.
With Kristen Scarlett all over the ropes.
Yes. But that visual looks great. And with Vince McMahon celebrating it just such a cool, like, they did so many great visual effects back then that didn't really mean anything, but made the program look more important.
Right. You know, they built this match actually pretty well. The build to Kane and Austin, and looking back to the final two of that Royal Rumble, 2001, Kane and Austin. I
Yeah.
wish there was more programs with just those two because they actually had really good chemistry together. Like
Yeah.
underrated chemistry, I should say. It's not like
Sure.
jump off the page, but like
Yeah, and I mean, listen, you got a whole 4 more years, or I guess 3.5. But I mean, before Austin rides off into the sunset, like it's not like they
Right.
didn't have enough ample time to do so with those two guys somewhere near the top of the card.
For sure. Like I mean, I know there was I think bigger stuff in between, like before Mania, but like they could have done like a program between Royal Rumble and Mania of that
Well,
year.
you got to remember that. Oh, you're talking about 01.
Yeah.
I thought you meant now. I was like, Kane was only here for about 3 months at that point.
Sorry, no, no one.
As we await the arrival of the rattlesnake here, and Kane, we get a look at this being the first blood match, and that, as we mentioned at the beginning, the iconic shot of Stone Cold Steve Austin, the sharpshooter, at WrestleMania 13. The fact that Mick Foley drew blood on the rattlesnake just a couple of months ago as well, and don't forget the Stone Cold Stunner is over, folks. We're going to show you a montage of him hitting it on everybody before we show. The last thing we saw on Raw before we walked away was the blood being dripped on him from the rafters by Kane, who was speaking for the first time on that Raw as well.
And you can definitely, I forgot to bring this up on our last week's episode, but I bet you Vince was like, you got to wear white. For this
yeah. We mentioned that random baseball shirt that he had on, or the baseball jersey. It's about as out of left field as anything we've seen.
You watched this live when you were a kid, right? Or
of course, yeah.
Did you have with Kane's mask covering obviously his face? Did you think Steve had a chance of winning?
I thought they were going to find some way to do it. Like I didn't know if he was going to, because the one thing in spoiler for something that gets pointed out here very shortly, you're going to see in about 10 seconds, but Kane has a full bodysuit on. Mm-hmm. So he normally has the left sleeve uncovered. He doesn't have it here yet because Paul Bear's a genius, obviously. But I thought there was going to be some way to rip the sleeve off and cut his arm or whatever.
Sure.
I thought it was going to play into effect. Spoiler, it doesn't come into effect at all in this match.
But it was what they end up doing is pretty smart. And
sure,
this match it does what it needs to do in all cylinders, but it's mainly a storyline driven plot.
Yeah, and that's, we talk about the boobs and the blood of it all of the end of the Attitude Era, which I mean, obviously it speaks for itself, but that's the one thing they did maybe better than anything was always continuing the storylines.
Yes.
Like even we talked about the Taka Michinoku versus Headbangers match earlier. Continued that feud. It was nothing match, but it did something. You know what I mean? Like
right.
It didn't need to do anything, and it did everything.
Right.
We see the gas cans there at ringside. A reminder: if Kane loses this match, he will light himself on fire on live television
in protest to because he loses match. Got it.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. No reason other than he decided to do it.
I didn't win a championship, so I'm
in my very first ever attempt. Which they could have told that story.
Yes.
Like the Undertaker won the championship in his first try. They could have told that story too. Sorry, Vince, you're welcome. You should have hired me for your booking back in 1998. 10-year-old Jimmy Allen would have been very proud of himself.
But oh man, they're still hot. They seem a little bit more gassed than usual because.
Gee, I wonder why. One note here: Steve Austin comes out and he looks a little haggard and he's got a giant bandage on his right elbow. Steve Austin did not get out of the emergency room till 3:30 in the afternoon on this day, dealing with a staph infection in real life, which is why you see that heavily bandaged arm on his right elbow. But listen, he was the WWF champion at the time, wasn't going to miss a shot on a pay-per-view as the champion. You got to condone him for that.
Oh yeah, and coming in guns a-blazing here.
Well, I mean, you're conditioned as a young wrestling fan to assume everything was a work, and you asked me if I thought that Austin had a shot. I thought that's how they were going to beat him. I thought it was something fake that they were going to set up and rip off, and he was just going to be bleeding or whatever.
That's fair. This is a very risky match to do, though, because anything could happen, and you could have the person you plan to win bleeding.
Hey, hold on really quickly. I don't mean to cut you off, but if you look, you asked me what my favorite memorabilia was that I've gotten earlier. We're talking about shirts being thrown to the crowd.
Yes.
If you look, the guy to the left of the guy in the red hat in the front row caught Austin's shirt, and one of the security guards, one of the cameramen, walked up and made him give it back.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You just saw. I didn't see that the first time I watched this through. I just noticed.
Oh, was it his vest?
It might have been his vest, not his T-shirt, which makes sense, right? Because he didn't have a shirt on. It had to have been his vest.
Because
they're probably not letting you leave with that.
That's Steve's, buddy.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, if I'd have caught that thing, I'd have been gone.
Yeah,
you would have seen me. I'll watch this thing later on pay-per-view, guys. See you later.
I'll read it.
I'm walking out of here with this thing.
And that's the bottom line because Jimmy said so.
I'm trying to see what that sign says. It looks like it just says detox. That big white sign in the front row.
Detox, is that an Xbox sign?
Yeah, I don't know. They just put it up, so I guess we'll never get the answer to that. But
there's Levy 316.
You know, we talked a couple months ago about like Kane going up for the tombstone on Vader and actually being able to pull it off, and what it would have done if he wasn't able to. Like, we've seen him struggle a little bit with a couple of guys. He just doesn't matter who it is he's working with. He's never like really not been able to muscle whoever.
Right.
We've seen him do it with Big Show eventually. We've seen him do it with a ton of guys, and doesn't seem to matter.
Nope.
The mayor of Knox County, pretty muscular.
Yeah, he's. I think it was even that 2001 Royal Rumble. Big Show made a surprise.
Muscle him over.
Yeah, just picks him up and.
Here's a key story note: the cell is coming back down, which I thought was a genius idea. Like,
yes,
I get you probably got your cup filled up with cell stuff a minute ago. But you can't have that thing hanging up there not it somehow interacted into the championship match.
They have done it, but I always thought it was weird when when Hell in a Cell didn't close the show.
Yeah, and it just hangs up there.
Yeah,
and you got to wonder how much of this they were concerned about, because as I mentioned, they did bring it down a minute ago and hit the guardrail and then the fan interaction and all that. But I mean, you just look around ringside, like you've got cameramen inside the cell, and you've got a bunch of other stuff. Oof, what a bump by Austin.
Oh, man. Yeah, especially with his neck issues. Like that one's
it's still currently, he still hasn't had the surgery done at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're about a year away from that.
No, we're a couple months.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's why Survivor Series plays out the way it does.
Okay. That's right.
What a risky thing to do here too, because they're like lowering the cage down to show it like
they can't almost see.
Right. That's what I'm saying, is like you're kind of at the mercy of whoever giving you instructions that your top star, your main guy, who's by the way dealing with a real life staph infection, is just about to be choked out by the Hell in a Cell structure.
Right.
Or if something went wrong and fell on him, like thanks. You just ruined the golden goose. Like, probably not.
Come on, man! He's already got a stack of dimes on his.
Yeah,
for a neck.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but maybe this is their way of like, hey, it's kind of like 2 Hell in a Cell matches.
Yeah, that's 100% what they're going for here. Is we're gonna let the Hell in a Cell close out, even though we're not letting the advertised Hell in a Cell be the main event.
It feels like he wants to blade every time because he's used to.
Yeah, well, the other thing is like, you got to wonder how much those thumbtacks didn't get picked up. You know what I mean?
True.
You
had just the son of a bitch.
Well, if you look right now, Austin's back is bleeding. Like,
he probably did get something.
Right there, you see it on his back. There's blood on his back. You got to wonder. And the commentary team called it out. I'm kind of surprised they do there. You got to wonder how much. That was a concern. Maybe I'm sure they had a conversation with Mick about doing it, but like, hey, we can't risk anybody bleeding in the next match. So if one of those things just gets left laying around, we can't really afford to have that happen. And I mean,
now it's going back up.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So Kane's just hanging on the entranceway. This is such a cool visual, by the way. I was thinking about this though, because obviously we have the hindsight of almost 30 years later, like. The mishap that happens in Saudi Arabia with Kane's mask, they should be probably pretty happy doesn't happen here.
Oh, no kidding.
Because that's a perfect right there with him dangling upside down was a perfect opportunity for that to happen.
Basically pulled him by his mask.
Yeah, well, he pulled him by his hair, but you see him, he's kind of adjusting it right there underneath the ring, so maybe something did happen.
However, if the mask did come off, I'd try to call a spot. It's like, okay, let's just bust your ass open then.
Yeah. I wonder if the plan would have been for Austin to win this, spoiler alert, and he hadn't. What, like, if they would have used the back bleeding portion as a storyline down the road, you know what I mean? They could have had something to fall back on.
They could have, yeah. But I would imagine Vince probably had told like the commentary team to cover that up priorhand. It's like, hey, if they start bleeding anywhere but their head, to say no.
They already mentioned it. Like they already talked about Steve bleeding on his back. Like they already mentioned it.
Oh, so, yeah. But like,
you know what I mean?
but like cover up on saying like, oh, you have to be busted open from your head or face.
Sure. If Steve wasn't supposed to win or was supposed to win or something, you mean?
Right.
We get a visual of Vince McMahon up in a skybox with Sable. We still don't have any explanation as to why he brought her back, by the way. And she's only been interfering in Mark Mero matchups. We haven't even like had him talk about it.
No.
So that's a thing. But so we know now that Vince McMahon is the voice in the radio air about keeping the cell up and down and things of that nature. But I'm really surprised the risks that they take here. I mean, obviously you kind of have to some degree with a no falls or falls count anywhere style match like this. That they're willing to risk it. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many opportunities for errors to happen.
And they're not going to. But do you think there's like a sense of we should try to follow Mick Foley and Undertaker?
Sure. Right. Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, like, and you get and like they're all close friends. I would think at this point, then just the concern that they probably have for each other. It's like, are they going to be able to make it out here for the? Oh, spoiler alert again for the end of this match.
I mean, I would be concerned if I'm these two guys and I just saw that happen. Yeah, I would probably like, are we good here?
I guess the contingency would have to be like, if Mick can't get out here, we got to send Vince.
Well, he's up in the skybox.
You're right. They did.
Yeah. I don't know who, like, one of the Stooges, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Get that guy in the white shirt that was messing with the Rock to come out and help. Like
he's
enough.
Ready to do it.
Yeah. Like I get what they're doing here. The premise of like let's just keep hitting Steve in the head with this and bounce his face off of that. Like clearly you're trying to tell the story of, oh well, is he bleeding now? Is he bleeding then? Like what happens if it actually happens?
Right.
Just very risky.
Just try to wipe it up real quick.
What's that?
I said, just try to wipe it up real quick.
Yeah,
except he's got nowhere to hide it because it's just a bald head.
Yeah. Now you got to wonder like how much concern that right elbow was at this point, though. Like not only for bandage falling off and bleeding standpoint, but like look up staph infections, kids. It's not exactly the most containable thing.
No. I hear it actually cost about 10 years of CM Punk's WWE career.
Allegedly. I think we have to throw that in there still for legal reasons.
Allegedly. Yeah, misdiagnosed staph infections seem to be a thing.
Yeah. But I mean, like anybody that's ever been a wrestler, and I'm not like an amateur wrestler, like they're pretty common when you're half naked rolling around on surfaces.
Yep.
That other half naked men have been rolling and sweating on.
That and ringworm and
for sure
all the other fun nasty shit.
Yeah, fungal infections.
I remember after my
Ricky Bobby and fungal infections, things I didn't know we'd be talking about tonight. This blonde woman on the right side there that we just saw is very into Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, they all are. Yeah, everybody wants a piece of Steve.
She is.
Except for that freak over there that one's Kane.
Yeah, she's trying harder than that guy in the white shirt was to get a hold of the Rock, to get a hold of Steve Austin.
She's trying to grab his Texas rattlesnake.
We got we're still watching King of the Ring 1998. We're at the 2 hour 30 minute and 33 second mark as Steve Austin just smashes a fan into Kane's face. Like
a fan did touch one of the wrestlers.
Yes, they did. We've talked a ton about like how they were going to do this, and like Steve with a great ref bump there as Earl Hebner takes a massive ref bump into the guardrail, which like looking at this now was like, why'd you need to do a ref bump? because there isn't any disqualifications here. That's just so unnecessary. I'm sure Baby Earl gets a little bit of a payday there for that reason. So that's probably the real reason, but just kind of seemed a little unnecessary.
Well, it doesn't even seem like they've even established like a rule like you have to bust them open or.
Sure, it's a good point.
So I don't know why. Yeah, it's necessary for the.
So I think they did that like just in case Vince had a henchman that wanted to come down and could do it. You know what I mean? Like benefit, like that would clearly be a rule stated by Vince McMahon, and it's obviously only to help Vince McMahon. So whatever way you can bust the rattlesnake open, make it happen. As we eventually see in a Royal Rumble theme. Spoiler alert.
Somebody comes down with paper and gives him my paper cut.
Yeah. Man, it's so awkward. Like we know about the lawsuit with Sable and WWE and stuff. Like it's just so awkward.
But it looks unnatural.
Sit there, yeah. Just I guess maybe that's what he was going for.
Right.
There's also like the Trish Stratus stuff too, and
we did talk about a lot of things that we're excited about covering. There's a good amount that I'm not excited for.
Not. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of that parody thing that happens on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. Yeah, and even if you set aside, which you can't, but the racial undertones, that I'm assuming, given what we've been seeing with DX, it's still not even going to be remotely funny. Yeah.
We'll say. I'll say that. I've got some thoughts on that portion as we see Steve Austin with bandages, and here comes Mick Foley back down, and he's literally laboring just to get there.
Yeah,
and then he just eats a couple of knuckle sandwiches for his first time. Austin's punching him right in the ear, man. Like, come on. Mick's no selling these punches, by the way. Oh, Mick, just go to the outside, man. See the cage coming back down as well. So now we have Kane and Mankind with Austin in the ring with the cell closing around them. As Stone Cold gets a little Kane a kick to the rear end. And the stunner. People are popping, man. Like, yeah, like the move is over, but that's not winning this match.
Nope.
And here comes the Undertaker
in a t-shirt or sweatshirt.
Here comes Mark Calloway. Hey, clearly post-shower Undertaker.
He's cold.
Yeah. And we get the spot there where Undertaker hits Stone Cold with the chair when he's swinging for Mankind, dumps Kane over the top, and then gives one more punch to Mick Foley as if he needed to. Sends him out of the cell, and this is the kind of the shocker of the night where Undertaker goes out and gets the referee and throws him back in the ring because Stone Cold Steve Austin has been busted open by that chair shot.
And I don't know why he put him back in the ring. It's kind of an odd.
Well, we get the details right here because Undertaker goes over and gets the gasoline that his brother has threatened to dump on him and light himself on fire to help wake up the official. But Kane hits the Undertaker in the back with a chair, so it makes that even more confusing. The official's coming to as the rattlesnake is grabbing a chair.
I can't believe they let Earl Hebner go. Like, he was willing to do his job even in the midst of getting gasoline dumped on him. He was about to get.
Do you know why he was let go though?
Yeah, because the t-shirt. No, I was.
He got caught like embezzling money or whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they doing like
employee around for that. Yeah, he was like keeping money merchandises. Austin trying to open Kane up with a steel chair shot, but is bleeding from his head, and the official sees it and calls for the bell.
Yeah, we have a new
Kane wins the WWF Championship at King of the Ring 1998 as Austin is split wide open, by the way. That's going to do it. Kane is the winner of the WWF Championship at King of the Ring 1998, and we are 2 hours and 38 minutes into this podcast, Mike. So let's go ahead and grade it. How do you grade King of the Ring 1998? I
can't give it anything less than an A-.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to go all the way and give it an A+, man. This was I can't give it anything less than an A+ just out of the respect to Mick Foley. Like, I would feel like that would cheapen anything that he did tonight. And we've been anticipating talking about this match for a long time, this pay-per-view for a long time, and I think it lived up to all of it, man. I mean, there's, as you mentioned, there's some stuff that didn't age incredibly well. I think everything about this was great.
I enjoyed almost all of it.
The last two matches I'm referring to.
Yes. So there's some things just wrestling wise that the tag matches were too long.
Yeah,
that's my problem. But
yeah, agreed.
Good show though.
All right, well, that's going to do us for us here on Analyzing Attitude. Thanks for liking and subscribing and joining us tonight. If you missed any of the show, go back and watch it. Like and subscribe on YouTube. I've been Jimmy Allen. That's Mike Sweeney. Leave us an oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Down in the comments below. Thanks for watching along. We'll see you next time.